Guys, what's going on? What's going on? It's good to see you guys. It's good to see you guys. What is going on, man? Right on. Happy Sunday, guys. Right? And guys, what? I'm going to drop the link in the Discord first, guys. Let's do the first 10, 15 minutes. Discord members only. And then, guys, I will drop a link in the chat, right? But let's just do Discord members only first, because this is probably going to be a pretty big panel. So, guys, I want to prioritize your Discord members first, right? So, guys, yeah, go to the Discord, hit the button. Guys, once again, guys, as the channel grows and the panels get bigger, guys, I just want to ask you, please make sure that your microphone is good, that you don't have any background noise, guys. No burping or any noises like that, guys, because it messes up the audio, right? You know what I'm saying? Also, guys, guys, we have a certain cadence to the show, right? So we have a certain tempo, right? So, guys, these people, if you're gonna, I'm not gonna allow people to just sit and monologue anymore, right? You know what I'm saying? Guys, match the tempo of the show, okay? So if we're laughing, having fun, whatever, I can't have people calling in and slowing the show down or making the show all about them, okay? You know what I'm saying? Guys, this is our space, guys, because remember, even though, like, say, for instance, you Snowboard, Callin, Lenny, all of us might be here, guys. It's not just us here, right? Having a beer. I have an audience, guys. You know what I'm saying? Guys, the only reason why I'm saying this is I have people, guys. So I post clips of the lives and I look at the comments for feedback on the live streams, right? So, guys, there have just been comments saying that these issues need to be fixed on the lives. So, guys, once again, so your audio needs to be good. No background noise, right? Guys, no burping, farting, any of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And guys, once again, match the tempo of the show. Okay? Snowboard, what's up, man?
Not much. Had a good Sunday.
Right on, man. Guys, here, Snowboard, since I have you as the co-anchor here, we're going to break some news. But guys, Keyshawn's here. What's up, dude? Yeah, TradCon Feminist, Snowboard, we are going to get into this feminism thing today, dude. Yo, this Christian feminism, man, it's absolute joke. Anthony, what's up, dude? Red Door's here. John Carlo's here. UDX is here. Tim Hicks, what's up, man? Laughing Man, what's going on, my friend? Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you, my friend. DTM is here. Sid's here. What's going on, guys? Good to see you. Now, guys, let's break some news, shall we? All we need is the hot co-anchor. You know what I'm saying? I actually think the hottest co-anchor, I mean the hottest news anchor that I've seen in the United States is the one hot chick from the New York. I think it's like NBC New York or whatever. But anyways, here we go, guys.
Police officer tonight, a rookie police officer in Providence is now off the force because she was arrested in a drug bust in Pawtucket, say police.
Look at that. The ponytail patrol. Dude, the ponytail patrol. She couldn't even be on the force for a year before.
Streets. I'm a bitch from the streets. I get that money. I get that money. Bitch, give me what you got.
Look at that.
Thank you for staying up this Friday night. I'm Dan J. Nick. Patrice is off. The Night Team's John Perrick live in studio now with these stunning details, John.
Yes, Pawtucket police aren't telling us much, but what we do know is the investigation took months, ending with a Providence police officer in handcuffs.
I think that's really kind of wild, right?
A Providence police officer new to the job arrested Friday morning after police say she was involved in a drug raid in Pawtucket.
In other words, guys, it was. Tall Starlight, what's going on, my friend?
The crazy seeing a police officer distribute drugs. I'm baffled.
This is Destiny Vieira.
Are we baffled, guys?
No.
Are we baffled? I'm surprised that she was peddling drugs and not Nene, right, guys?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Talking about whores, people. They're everywhere.
I just got that sound effect. I was. I had it saved. I just didn't drop it onto my soundboard. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man.
Now a former Providence police officer.
When you see a young person that had the opportunity of a lifetime to make a difference, and unfortunately, because of certain judgments that they make, it taints the work.
Pawtucket police won't tell us where in Pawtucket the raid happened.
I mean, I wish we had more details.
But Providence Police Chief Oscar.
Yeah. Oh my God. You know what we can say to her? Shut up, Meg. Because it's like,
yeah, right. Facts.
Shut up,
I
Meg.
guarantee this was the chick who was behind the bleachers handing up a blowies to the football team. This is a chick where she thought she was popular, but it's only because she was easy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
And I wish we had more details.
But Providence Police Chief Oscar Perez says that officer is off the force.
That's something that is upsetting, but I'll tell you that it does not define the dedicated work of the men and women of the Providence Police Department that goes out there on a daily basis to protect the city.
The city tells us this was her salary, just over $72,000, and she started as an officer here back in September. Right after graduating.
72 grand starting out as a cop is pretty good. And that's not counting the overtime she gets. Overtime, she could probably clear 6 figures. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
What an idiot. What an absolute dunderhead. 72 grand. Guys, you go to like San Antonio, Texas. They start at like $50,000. 52,000. It's crazy.
From the 72nd
Captain Palsy, what's up, dude? Good to see you, man. Good to see you.
Training Academy. When she was arrested, she was still in her year-long probationary period.
I think it probably happens a lot more often than we think it does.
Vieira.
Look at the choppers.
Oh my God.
That
Why do
chick.
they interview her?
Look at that. Look at this chick right here, guys. Guys, this shit's a double bagger, dude. Look at that, man.
Vieira faces multiple drug charges, including distribution or manufacturing of drugs in or near schools.
We want those people to help us. Those are the first people that we call when anybody's in danger.
24-year-old Jalen Lopez of Pawtucket was also arrested and faces the same charges.
AKA Nug Nug, right?
Yep.
Come on, dude. Come on. She looks like Dr. Octopus. Classy Perspective says most first-year residential doctors don't start off as that. Guys, lawyers don't either. I think lawyers start at like 60, 70 grand. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, look at
Yeah, I'm shocked about it, just hearing it, honestly.
I'm not.
Hopefully.
Guys, here's the thing, guys. Over here, guys, we always say that the police are necessary, but they are not your friends. I actually haven't done the disclaimer on 50304s in a while. But guys, the police are necessary, but they are not your friends. If the police come knocking on your door at 3 o'clock in the morning, it's not to have beers. And if you ever find yourself in a police station, you don't know why, keep your mouth shut. Get a lawyer. You know, none of these people just, oh, no, I'm going to come in and talk to the cops. Never talk to the cops. without a lawyer, especially if you haven't done anything wrong. You know what I'm saying? So, oops. No.
Something changes.
We went to multiple addresses listed under Vieira's name, trying to learn her side of the story.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
She's
her
at
side.
freaking Octavio's
What?
house. You know
Her
what I'm saying?
backside?
Oh, they found the last of those inmates that escaped.
Oh, from Louisiana or where?
Yeah, here we go.
I'm Meg Gatto.
And I'm Lauren McCoy. Neighbors in Holly Grove were shocked to learn Antoine Massie was hiding out in a home nearby.
Andres Fuentes shares their reaction to his
Guys, they arrested 2 chicks who worked at the jail because they were their girlfriends, right? So Octavia and friggin' Nugisha were part of the staff, right?
Right, and it was a rapid response from officers once law enforcement got a tip that Antoine Massie was staying in a duplex in Holly Grove.
Friday afternoon near the corner of Strolitz and Livingston Streets, neighbors say they saw heavy law enforcement presence.
People in vests and shields.
Ugh, yuck.
Oh,
yeah.
Lots of police cars and
Jesus.
maybe as many as 50 officers out there. It was pretty intimidating.
The commotion was for Antoine Massie, who police say came out of a home on the block.
Hey, Snowboard, where are you from originally again?
I live in New Hampshire, but I did spend a lot of time in Mass.
Yeah, because people, if you look at the clips that you're on, people go, hey, yo, that Snowboard guy says wicked.
Yeah, that's like a Massachusetts thing for sure.
Without any trouble. He's one of 10 inmates that broke out of the New Orleans.
Do you see
jail
this guy with
more
face
than a month ago.
tattoos?
Yeah.
She liked that guy enough to like risk
Her
everything.
safety. Yeah, yep.
Weeks of the whole investigation, you know what I'm saying? Massie got caught. I want to see the house that Massie got caught in.
Neighbors say the house is a duplex and that Massie came out of the far back portion of the property. Our cameras were rolling when the property owner arrived at the home about an hour after Massie's arrest.
So you the property owner?
I'm the property owner.
Okay,
Yes,
any comment as far as
No
the arrest?
comment.
Massie living on your property, man.
Nope, it's an Airbnb.
The property owner eventually came back out from the gate and told us that she knew little about how Massie got.
Blah, blah, blah. Now, guys, I'm going to call this segment Ice Ice Baby, right? Because, guys, I'm going to try and touch on the whole ICE thing at least once a stream, all right? Because, guys, ICE is doing a good job. Guys, put a 1 if you agree that ICE is doing a great job of getting these knuckleheads out of here, right? You know what I'm saying? Because, guys, I honestly think that if there's one thing that Orange Man can do is get these knuckleheads out of here. Seriously, I'm dead ass. You know what I'm saying? Because every time that I see them kick in someone's door or raid a restaurant, you guys know on the Grinch how it shows his heart, it's all gnarly and then it swells. That's how it is for me, dude. My shriveled heart just grows with joy every time I see these ICE agents. Let's go!
To the U.S. from Iran in the 1970s is sitting in a detention
Look at that.
facility tonight after Immigration and Customs Enforcement detained her outside her Lakeview home.
As Jacob Bradford reports, her family says that she was allowed to live in the United States for nearly 50 years before she was detained over the weekend.
I mean, it's so surreal. Still can't believe I actually saw it.
Chris Garrick says he saw the moment.
Look at this beta man. Oh my
Yeah.
god. Oh my god, I can't believe I actually saw it.
Yeah.
Please. Look at this guy. Not a drop of testosterone in this guy.
Beta male.
Oh my god. Actually, guys, she's from Iran. She's been there 50 years and never managed to actually get her citizenship. Snowboard, what do I always say? Nah, 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 nah. Nah, 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 nah. Hey, hey, hey. Goodbye. And hey, she's better off in a detention center than actually getting shipped back to Iran right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Come on.
Enforcement agents whisked his neighbor away and says he yelled for his wife,
Hey,
Sarah.
you know what?
I thought he was.
That's kind of ironic.
Let's go. Let's go.
Dramatic, and then I saw what was happening. They're taking Donna. He ran out.
This is probably the neighborhood nosy Nelly, right? You know what I'm saying? She's the one peeking through your blinds. You know what I'm saying? Worrying about if your freaking garbage cans have been put back at the right time. Come on.
And tried to talk to the officers. I yelled from the door, but I was keeping my sons from running out. And she's like a grandmother to them.
Had it not been for Chris and Sarah on Sunday at 10 o'clock, we would have never known she was taken and detained by immigration and ICE agents.
Mandana Kashanian's family told our Rob Masson she was gardening outside her Lakeview home around 10 Sunday morning when 3 unmarked
And they
cars
jumped out the bushes like Jason. Let's go.
She got ambushed.
Let's go.
pulled up. Her neighbors say the agents asked her name, then quickly detained her and drove off, all while her husband, Russell Milne, and daughter, Caitlin, were inside. Both are U.S. citizens.
They turned around, handcuffed her right away, whisked her off into unmarked trucks. There was about 3 vehicles out and drove off. And it didn't take more than maybe a minute for that whole.
That's what I'm talking about.
Nice. That's beautiful.
Let's go. Guys, that's some Rainbow Six style stuff for right there, man. They weren't playing. You know what I'm saying? They freaking Leroy Jenkins did up at their yard. Leroy Jenkins.
Interaction.
Kashanian's husband says agents took her to a jail in Hancock, Mississippi, then moved her to an ICE detention center in Gina before taking her an hour northwest of Lake Charles in Basile.
C. Gordon, what's up, man? Adam Schrader, how's it going? Chin Man, what's going on? Guys, we'll cover one more story and then we'll get to the topic, okay?
They have not communicated anything.
You guys, I'm almost at 16K subs, man. So, guys, please make sure to hit that subscribe button, guys. I'm trying to hit 16K subs, so let's go.
From where she's being held, we're just kind of finding bits of information.
Her family says she does not have a criminal record and is compliant with immigration rules. Kashanian first came to the United States in the late 1970s on a student visa. When it expired 20 years later, she was granted a stay of deportation, allowing her to remain in the U.S. under supervision. Her husband of 35 years says she has not once missed an immigration appointment. Her family is now working to find an attorney, but says attorneys in the area are overwhelmed with other immigration cases and that finding a lawyer is difficult.
She basically helped us out with everything.
Yeah, she does everything.
We're kind of a mess in the house without her.
Last week, we asked the acting director of ICE's New Orleans field.
But it's only Hispanics because they're racist. No, guys, there's actually one of a Chinese guy getting got too. He's, what are you doing? And they threw him in the back of the car.
Office
It's not about race. It's about legal status.
Potential quotas for arrests, detentions, or expulsions.
Have you received any direction for quotas?
All right, guys. Blah 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 blah. Here we go.
People need to understand that ICE they have a big operation to do. These news stories always focus on like some of the people who are like seem like the best people and stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of these people are not, that great of people.
But it doesn't matter what kind of person they are, because they're illegal. How about that? All right, here. I just walked through
as
your
far as
front
media
door.
attention goes.
Well, snowboarders the snowboard leave, has a screen door open, and it's closed, and his front door is open. I walk through his screen door and sit down. It doesn't matter if I'm a good person. I can be a Mother Teresa. I'm not supposed to be there.
Yeah.
Period. I'm not saying that you're saying that, but that's the argument that these idiots make. It doesn't matter if you just walk into some place without asking for permission. you're doing it the right way, that you've done a bad thing. You're not a good person. Yes, by default. So here we go, guys.
For a courtroom fight.
Jesus, look at this, bro.
Oh my God.
she looks like a wax statue that's melted. Look at that. Guys, what is this? Guys, this must be a small news station because these are like the freaking
Ancient.
Yeah. Now, guys, I've touched on this chick before. She is the San Mateo sheriff, and she was being sued for bullying and all types of stuff, right? Sexual harassment, just being a total dunderhead. Well, guys, guess what? The city council, she's like, I'm not going anywhere. I will resign. So they voted her behind out. He says, why the long face?
San Mateo County's embattled sheriff, Christina Corpus, is immediately challenging today's decision by the Board of Supervisors to remove her from office.
The board's decision comes amid allegations the sheriff broke the law, neglected her duties, and obstructed an investigation into her conduct. NBC Bay Area's Emma Goss joins us now with more. Emma.
Sheriff Corpus says she isn't going anywhere. She plans to appeal the board's unanimous decision, opening the door to a lengthy litigation process.
I will fight till the end. I will fight this injustice till the end.
Sheriff Christina Corpus preparing to take San Mateo County supervisors to court after they unanimously voted to oust her Tuesday. Her lead attorney calling into question the board's motives.
They're doing this for political reasons, and it's not practical. It's become personal with some of them.
The law firm that investigated Corpus compiled a mountain of evidence supporting her removal, including 42 witness interviews, concluding that Corpus engaged in multiple acts of misconduct. A separate investigation last year alleged Corpus used racial and homophobic slurs and engaged in nepotism.
Well, go ahead. But don't you guys know that if we put women in charge of everything, everything's going to be so much better? There'd be no wars and no schmomophobia or no anti-LDHCT-TV.
I am woman, hear me roar, in numbers too big to ignore.
They honestly believe this until they actually put chicks in charge, and then...
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
Clown world. Yeah, it's like, guys, the majority of women say that they'd rather work for a man. You know what I'm saying? It's like 80% when polled. Because, guys, once you give women a taste of power, it's all downhill from there. You know what I'm saying? I'm dead ass.
False arrest and retaliation.
I think this is a very regrettable chapter in the history of San Mateo County. And the taxpayers are paying a very...
Guys, San Mateo's a woke, pretty affluent area. So for them to turn on a woman, especially a woman of color, means she really, 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 really messed up. You know what I'm saying? So guys, I'm going to drop the link here in about 5 minutes. But guys, once again, I will do a disclaimer, guys. Once again, make sure that your mics are good. No background noise. Guys, no burping or farting or any of that. And guys, once again, match the tempo of the show, guys. I can't let people just monologue, right, guys? You know what I'm saying? And that's it. So,
I believe we stand firm in knowing that this process is one that will do right by the community and is the right thing to do.
Corpus has until the end of the week to appeal and request an evidentiary hearing. She told NBC Bay Area she and her attorneys will decide if that hearing will be open to the public or not. That hearing could involve subpoenas, an examination of evidence, and live testimony from Corpus and others.
My duty is to the community, not to politics. Let me make that very clear. That has not changed, and it will never change.
In Redwood City, Emma Goss, NBC Bay Area News.
Yeah, guys, there you go. There you go. So, guys, okay, let's get to the topic here. So, guys, Callin, snowboard. Now, guys, I think, I don't know what your backgrounds are. I think Snowboard, you had said that you're kind of a believer. Callin, you're what, not religious or what?
No, not at all. No.
Yeah. So as I'm just not religious, I don't believe in any type of supernatural anything, right? I just don't, right? I can be convinced, but right now, I just don't see the evidence for it. You know what I'm saying? Whiteout, what's up, dude? Well, guys, I used to be part of that whole like new atheists, like I'm gonna debate Christians and ha, you guys are so stupid and blah 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 blah, right? From like 2000, I would say 2009 to about 2018, right? So I used to call into a lot of panels, and like I was part of this like group in the place where I used to live. We would go and like sit on the street and like have people sit and debate us and everything. You guys, I'm pretty good at it. A lot of the arguments that like I would make, guys, they are a lot of logical arguments. But the reason why I fell out of that whole movement itself is because that movement let in the religion of woke. Every single like atheist, non-believer, free thinking thing believes in the whole transformers, gender non-binary foolishness. It's a requirement that you are a woke leftist in order to be in those circles now.
Yeah.
It's absolutely insane.
There's a church called like the Utilitarian Church, which is they're a ton of like they just smoke weed, they're extra woke, and they're just like complete unorganized idiots. A lot of the time.
Full Sender says you don't see the evidence, all the scriptures. Guys, even if the scriptures, guys, there are true events in the Bible or whatever. But once again, just because they say that a war happened or that a person lived, doesn't mean that there's supernatural things. You know what I'm saying? Like, just not to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Bible can say, hey, there was Bethlehem and that this person was the king. But then once again, you talk about the Red Sea getting parted and people like resurrecting and giants and dragons. I'm sorry, guys. But once again, I'm not trying to say that you're a bad person if you believe it. You know what I'm saying? Because, guys, once again, Christianity, Islam, Judaism are very patriarchal religions. And, guys, I actually think that a person that honestly practices Christianity, honestly practices Islam or Judaism, us red pill guys have a lot in common with because we believe in patriarchy. We believe in traditional gender roles, right? Now, the whole supernatural thing or all of that, marriage or whatever, and also, here's the thing. If us red pill guys can get wives that were actually like what the Bible wants, we would be happier, right? Right, guys?
For sure.
Honestly, think about it. This one of the reasons why a lot of guys the tradcon thinking works for guys that get women that are actually, real Christian women that are virgins, that aren't out of here 304ing it up, that submit to their husbands, right? That's what most guys want, period. You know what I'm saying? So, you guys, right now, I would rather be the one non-believer in a Christian area than a non-believer in a majority non-believer area at this point. Because that would be like me living back in Seattle or freaking LA. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No thanks. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So guys, like I said, I'm not gonna sit here and like try and say that all you guys are wrong for believing in a higher power or intelligent design, because I've heard it all, right? All I'm saying is that I'm not convinced, right? And guys, here's the thing: I don't have to prove that I'm not convinced. Just like you don't have to prove you are, guys. We can agree to disagree. You know what I'm saying? But as everything else here, we have to worry more about the world that we live in materially than anything else, because That's the one thing that we know we have to deal with and that we have to share. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Right, and that's also what we can control.
Yeah, yep, that's true.
Yeah, and some people need to question things to be a true believer in anything.
Yeah,
so like it's a healthy thing to question anything.
Yeah,
it's not like a bad thing. It's good.
Yep. And guys, here's another thing too: is once again, I don't feel the need to convince people that they shouldn't believe, right? So people should say, "Hey, look, you don't believe? That's cool." You know what I'm saying? Maybe one day you will. I can tell you though that if there was one type of person that could hope to convince me, it would be someone like Andrew Wilson. You know what I'm saying? He has made the most compelling argument that I've heard, but the issue is he talks about logic and then tries to argue the supernatural, which is not logical. You know what I'm saying? How are you going to start your logic from the illogical? That makes no sense. You know what I'm saying? Kelvin, what's up, dude? Rajai, what's going on, my friend? Good to see you. Good to see you, my friend. Yeah. So, full sense. I said that there's no evidence for the supernatural, right? That doesn't mean that there is none. That would be like saying that there is no evidence that Callin took a dump today. That doesn't mean that he didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that I'm not convinced. I can't be wrong about not believing things. You can't tell me that I'm wrong and not believing you. That makes no sense. You know what I mean? Like I'm saying there is no is a positive state. Okay, guys, here's the way that I see it, right? Snowboarder Callin. In a trial, you are either what? Guilty or
innocent.
No, not proven guilty.
Yes. So you are either innocent. You're either guilty or what? Not guilty, right? So because not guilty does not mean you're innocent. It just means you're not guilty.
Not sufficient evidence.
Yes, it means that there's not sufficient evidence. But here's the thing: you are presumed innocent in this country, right? But there's a binary: there's guilty or there's innocent. If we didn't have presumed innocence, then you have to prove them innocent, just like you have to prove them guilty. I'm in the not guilty part of is there a higher power? You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that there is one. I'm not saying there isn't one. I'm just saying that I don't know. If someone would have proved to me that there isn't one, I can believe that just like as if there is one. What I'm saying is I don't know, not guilty until someone else proves otherwise. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Now, do if a jury says not guilty, do they have to convince you that do they have to convince the state that they don't believe them, or they just say not guilty? They're just saying, look, we don't believe you. That's it. Like everyone makes this much more difficult than it actually is. You know what I'm saying? I just don't see evidence for it. I just don't.
Yeah.
What else? I mean, you can drop them in the religious part of Discord, but here's the thing about all the religious arguments and apologetics. Guys, 99% of people don't believe in God because of arguments. They believe in God because they feel like he's real. Okay? If you were to stop people on the street and be like, so what argument convinced you? They'd be like, what are you talking about? I don't have a logical I believe in him because I feel that there's evidence that he's real. You know what I'm saying? That's all. Right? That's it. So that's why the whole like verbal masturbation of like making the arguments for and against is just kind of stupid. Because 95% of people don't even think about it. You know what I'm saying? They just believe. So like
it's an individual experience. If you have to believe something, like I can't talk someone into believing in Santa Claus. I just over time that they just but some people might really believe in Santa Claus, and it's, you know what I'm saying? So some people like it's an individual thing. But when someone truly believes something, you can't just like necessarily sell them on it. Per se. It can help.
All right, there are people where you can like logic them out of their belief. But guys, we've seen these 304s get presented with facts that go against their worldview, right? That go against the fact that women are oppressed. I mean, we show them the facts that women aren't oppressed, and you can see their brain just not accepting it.
Yeah,
guys, you can logically try and make the case all you want. The good chunk of people who are believers or who are not believers are just not there. It's not going to work. It's going to take a serious experience for someone
right
to believe that there is or that there isn't, or which one, right? You know what I'm saying? So, and guys, so that's my whole journey, this whole thing, right? Then guys, once again, me being more red pill, once again, the people that are actually Christians, right? That are actually Catholics and Orthodox, once again, I've moved more towards their social beliefs because it aligns with my red pill beliefs, right? Other than the tradcons, the evangelicals, the tradcons, but the traditional gender roles, talking about how society should run, how women should act, accountability, right? That matches more of like my general worldview. I just don't believe I don't see why you have to have the supernatural part. But if you believe in it, hey, more power to you, man. You know, so guys, I did drop the link. So anyone who was coming up, guys, that's one thing that I will not ever align. It always shows how shaky. Okay. This is a good segue because feminism's always been in this sector, in this atheistic, free thought sector, but now it's invaded the church. Now wokeism is here, and the church is one step behind this free thought move.
Yeah.
They en masse haven't let the Transformers in, but it's probably in the way because this guy, Matt Dillahunty, he's the one that Andrew Wilson bodied in a friggin' debate, right? I watched him go from like regular schmegular to all of a sudden now he's all in on the Transformer thing. Here we go.
In women's public bathrooms for a reason. And the reason, by and large, is...
And this is him debating Dinesh D'Souza.
Say, mostly for the protection of women. It's not that men...
Yeah, trans women are women.
We have men...
See? And guys, this is the whole thing now with the wokey wokes, free thought, atheist movement. They bit straight off into that wokey woke friggin' hamburger, man. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Guys, so I used to be part of like a free thought group. Guys, we had libertarians there. We had Democrats there. We had Republicans there. We had former Mennonites there. There were these two brothers that were had just lost the faith as Mennonites, right? So we were helping them transition out of their Mennonite faith. But because your politics has nothing to do on if there's a higher power or not. Now it's you have to not believe in Jesus, and you have to believe that dudes can be chicks. Crazy.
So AJ, can I? Would you please allow me to go into a very quick little rant here?
Of course, man. Yeah.
So, when it comes to religion, when it comes to the feminism now morphing themselves into modern day Christianity, when it comes to more or less, the demonic rat party. If you start to notice a pattern, if you're looking for it and you can see it, you start to notice a pattern where everything always boils down to, and this is also a problem I have with the 12-step programs. Everything always boils down to everything is your fault. Everything is your fault. There's absolutely no way that anybody could have ever possibly done you wrong. Everything is your fault. Therefore, you need to submit and you need to concede to a quote unquote higher power, right? This is all a form of control.
Well, okay, there's a couple of things in that. If there's one thing that I'm jealous of religious people is their ability to rationalize jacked up things happening to them, right? Oh, well, I got hit by a car. It was all part of God's plan, right? That's why a lot of religious people are actually pretty happy because they can justify anything happening to them, right? But then again, you don't want to be a Calvinist where you're like, well, I'm rich. I'm supposed to be rich, and everyone who's poor is supposed to be poor and will be poor. So I'm going to do everything in my power to screw them over. But like what you're talking about is like this. You can go down two paths to say everything is my fault, so I can do better on my own, right? Like the whole Knight Rider, like one man can make a difference. Or the whole, there's nothing that you can do, you're powerless, and you have to submit yourself to higher power. Yeah, that's kind of that like 12-step path to where it's a message of disempowerment, right? Like there's nothing that you can do without some higher power.
Exactly.
At all.
Exactly. All these, institutional, forms of control, all they do is just reinforce the psychological notion that you're always a victim. It's not your fault. You did nothing wrong. It's always your fault. You're always a victim, right?
Yeah. Or how people blame Satan. It's like, well, even if you believe that, people are just evil. People. It's not Satan doing bad things. It's your friggin' crazy mom or your crazy person who you thought was your friend or your crazy ex-wife. She's the one doing it to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, if people itself are the ones who do bad things to people, right? And like I said, it must be nice to like have this way to just like, oh, well, my ex-wife took everything that I have. It was just Satan working through her. Like, I guess that would make you feel better, right? You know what I mean? But like, I can't do it. I just can't, So, but guys, here we go. Matt, dude. Here's the thing. I have a friend in college, and he went to. He was one of those dudes where he was just addicted to everything. Like he had to go to rehab for huffing gas.
Jesus. Wow.
But guys, that higher power thing worked for him. It wasn't until he actually got addicted to Jesus, right? That he stayed clean. He's been clean for like 20 years. He hasn't touched coke or heroin or anything because he's addicted to Jesus. I would rather have a person be addicted to Jesus than heroin or friggin' fentanyl. You know what I'm saying? There are some people that honestly need that type of belief to better themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Right. They need that sense of authority.
Yeah. Because I don't see anything wrong with that. But the issue is when people start telling people like me or Callin, you need to blank. I don't need to do a damn thing, especially being black and not being religious. Guys, if you're black and you're not a Christian, all you hear is, how dare you? Please.
Right.
Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Scozy says, is feminism the Trojan horse? Yes, it is. It got in there, and people realize that they can make a lot of money off of pandering to women and single moms and their bastard kids. Yeah.
Pushing feminism is a really smart move.
Yeah. Feminism started with occultism and Satanism. You know what I'm saying? It just did. There's actual writings that say this. Clayton, what's up, dude? Eric's here. Guys, make sure to hit the like button. Guys, we have 80 people watching. We have 60 likes. Guys, hit the join button for memberships, guys. Hit the super chat button. Guys, hey, Snowboard Callin, can you guys, when we have like a half hour left of the show, can you please remind me to switch gears? Because, guys, I dropped this crazy 50 and 304s and just Discord, guys. We need to watch this. Dude, it's crazy, man. This chick steals a cop car and carnage happens. So, guys, remind me at 11:30. Okay. Okay. You go number one car. Look at that. Okay, so here we go, guys. So, feminism and the church. This is from Reddit. Ask Women Over 30. Typing this as I go to church today. As I've gotten older, I've realized how being taught men are leaders of the household indirectly taught me to absorb blame for men's actions and emotions and caused me shame as I tried hard to be a compliant good girl. Now, guys, let's just pump the brakes right here. If she thinks that women feel guilt from Christianity, how do you think men feel? Christianity tells men, guys, this is all on your shoulders. You know what I'm saying? You have to protect, provide, defend, be a prophet, priest, all of that.
Be morally perfect.
All these chicks have to do is not be whores, guys. Talking about whores, people. Come on, man. That's it. That's all they have to do. Christianity. That's it.
Yeah.
Look at that. Okay. I never saw a reward for being a good girl. Only more shame and blame. What are you talking about? That'd be like saying, I never saw a reward for getting straight A's in school. You got straight A's. You're accomplishing something. Thunderhead. Now that I'm older, I use my voice and I don't accept treatment like I used to. I agree with some Christian tenets about kindness, but struggle with teaching, citing scriptures about how women have to be silent, and confusion over whether certain ideas were the cultures of the time or what we still do today. I can't shake the feeling that these ideas from different religions about women needing to be so subservient to men who I've rarely found to be trustworthy or safe. There you go, guys, right? Feminism right there. Hates men. Guys, why even call themselves Christians? Guys, if you're going to just take out, if you're just going to pick and choose, just call yourself flippity floor. Make up your own term, but don't actually call yourself Christian if you're not going to go by it. You know what I'm saying? It makes no sense. Absolutely insane. Chris Mike's in the house. What's going on, man? Good to see you. Sith Lord, what's up, man? And guys, so feminism is so common now that, guys, you'll even see the chicks that are advocating for Christianity, like, you know, Tommy Lahren and all these TradCon chicks. They're so immersed in it that they don't even see that they're using all the same terms. Okay. So these ideas that were subservient to men, they're so harmful to us and deny us our full humanity, especially when I look around and see lots of successful men where they are because they were supported by or took credit or ideas first developed by intelligent women. Please.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
Guys, we're going to have to do a whole live stream, Snowboard Callin, yes, on revisionist history. You know what I'm saying? I know we touched on it once before. Guys, this whole revisionist history, that women would have increased, that they would have invented everything, but just men. Oh, that women invented everything, but then men stole it. Or that black people, we was kings of the universe and we invented everything. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Absolutely insane. This person says, I was raised Catholic, so yes, there's a lot of inherent female guilt. Once I hit adulthood, started reading in the church history, it was apparent that there will never be equality of the sexes in the church. Hey, at least this person's honest, right?
Yeah.
At least this person realizes what's going on, because there's not supposed to be. Callin, you were saying something?
It was me. I was raised Catholic, and they do put a lot of like guilt on anybody for anything. So part of what she's saying is true. Like I don't really remember too much of the male-female part coming into play. So maybe, but they do put a lot of like guilt on you in general. So it's easy to start going way the opposite direction, because Catholic it's like a little bit more like hardcore than Christian as far as like you're doing something wrong, you should feel like really ashamed of yourself, you like whacked off or something, like they go hard on that. So that's probably why she's also saying that too.
Yeah. And then this person says, well, I'm a pagan witch, so we have different worldviews on these matters. Of course. I think it's important to remember that these scriptures that people are reading are written by people and not by God. So, of course, those who write them will say otherwise. Using God's name to justify poor treatment of women is unacceptable. It's very sad that these things happen and can lead people to turning away from God. Look at that. Here we go. And guys, this person right here sums up why there should never, ever be female pastors, bishops, priests, or any of that. Look at this. I've been to churches with female leaders, ministers, church council leaders. They tend to preach and demonstrate tolerance and equality more than conservative leaning churches. Look at that.
Look at her name too, a nitwit. That about sums it up.
This person says, so I've also been to churches with female leaders. When they get to the scriptures about women needing to be silent or submissive, they sort of dance around the subject and have been like, yeah, that's uncomfortable, but we have to obey. Yeah. And guys, here you go. The Episcopal Church has female clergy, also LDHD TV. They're also okay with birth control and some abortion. Please. Now, guys, this person has some sense, except I would say patriarchal. Christianity is inherently misogynist. Trying to find different interpretations is futile, because if you have to rewrite ideology, it's in order to have to fit your ideals, and you're just inventing a new one. Facts, guys. Why do they call themselves Christians still? Call yourself Florgan. You know what I'm saying? Adam says that women in authority cause devastation. Damn, yeah, sure. Rockin' Diesel with 99 cents, man. Thanks for that, man. Thanks for supporting the channel, my friend.
Seriously, garlic croutons, dude.
Give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second. I got to do this really, really fast. And guys, thanks for being here on a Sunday, guys. Next Sunday will be divorce, guys. Okay, all you guys that have good divorce stories, please call in. Please call in, guys. I actually have a guy. He emailed me, and he wants to tell his story. He has a crazy story. So he'll be on the channel. He'll be on the panel from the jump. You know what I'm saying? Robin's Fly, if you're out there, dude. He has a crazy story too. Hold on, guys. Okay, here we are. Okay, here we go, guys. 30-ish years ago, my children, they were young, and I wanted them to be exposed to the church. So I started going to church every day. I was comforted by Jesus, blah, blah, blah. But during that time, I saw the church mix politics with religion, talking about how a woman's way to God was through her husband. That's what it says in the Bible, you moron!
And what's wrong with that?
Guys, a woman is supposed is supposed to submit to the God in her husband. That's how it works. A woman's never supposed to be uncovered. Guys, a woman's not supposed to be not under a man's headship, let alone being a 304. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You are supposed to go from your father's house to your husband's house. Any other status, guys?
Talking about whores, people.
You know what I'm saying? That's how it works. You are dirty 304. That's just how it works.
Yeah.
One woo. What's up, dude? Okay, here we go. Now, guys, I observed how I cared more about my children's hearts and minds than my husband did, and thought I was working harder to give my children a better life. I guarantee he's making more money than her too. But she was saying that, because she was doing more housework or being emotionally available, right?
Yeah.
It dawned on me that I'd been born and bred to be second class in the church, and that Jesus would absolutely not approve. And there you go, guys. There you go. And this is why these chicks are making up their own religions, right? And this is why witchcraft is the fastest growing religion with young women. And you got Pastor Porkchop, Joel Osteen, all these, they pander to women anyways.
Yeah.
That's why, guys, men in the United States aren't less religious. They're just not going to church. You understand? Gen Z males are actually more religious, but they're not going to church. Why would you do such a thing? Okay.
And they're not, now, guys. Just one quick thing. They're not born and bred to be a second-class citizen in this. They actually get a lot of the benefits. They get to be taken care of. So that's her own issue.
But guys, so I said this once before. In the same way that back in the day, there was a bunch of black people who thought that everything white was better, right? That white ice cream was better than black ice cream. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Feminists think that everything that's masculine is better than anything feminine. And guys, I don't know if you saw that one that stupid chick with the glasses got owned by that psychologist who was saying the differences in men and women and how you just can't have men stay at home with kids in the same way as women. And then she was saying how biologically we produce hormones from different parts of our brain to help us deal with kids. And this chick said they ran a study. And the father and the mother were sleeping. The baby cried 90% of the time. Says that the mother got up and checked on the baby. And the feminist goes, see, of course, because men are useless. She goes, hey, hold on. But anytime that there was a knock on the door, there was a rustle in the bushes, the man got up and the wife slept through it. So men, we look for external threats. We're hypersensitive to someone trying to break into the house. And of course, that feminist chick hated that. Actually, guys, hold on. Guys, let me show you this. Hold on.
And women's brains are more meant to multitask. So be they're holding the kid in one hand, cooking, talking on the phone, managing multiple things. Men are a little bit better, intense focus on one or two things.
Yeah,
to get it done. And there's not really better than the other, but for taking care of kids at home, you need to be able to split your attention all over the place.
Guys, here's the one clip of that woke white kid getting robbed because he was like, oh, this is stolen land. I deserve to be robbed. Watch.
Shit. He said what?
All white people are evil people. You got to take accountability for it. You're occupying indigenous land here.
But I can say the exact same thing to you.
You can, and you should.
And you're occupying this
and
space.
And you should. Honestly, he and I deserve to be robbed.
You say we deserve to be robbed.
Yeah.
Okay, take his iPhone. Take his iPhone.
You just say you didn't want it. You should be upset.
I'm gonna rob you, dumb.
Why?
Because you're land, not your land. Now give me the phone.
I need it to help people.
No, you don't.
I do. And you'll be hurting people.
Who?
you'll be hurting my friend Corey. How? My friend Corey needs resources.
So, dude, so
Oh
this
my
guy
Lord.
makes him pull out his wallet, and they take all the money in his wallet, but the kid's
Oh my
younger than him.
God.
Actually grab his phone, and the kid has to run away. The entire clip, I can't find the entire clip. But hilarious, guys. Hilarious.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Hilarious, guys. You know? Guys, once again, this whole we're on indigenous land. Tell you, so when are you leaving? When are you gonna take your well anyone who says that doesn't own anything anyways, right?
Yeah.
And then also, guys,
be the change you want to see. So okay, you do it.
Yeah, well, even then, or how many times have we heard these knuckleheads, the mostly white chicks, say there's too many white people. I wish there was less white people. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Where's that big beluga who said that? And it's just like, well, then fine, delete yourself then.
Yeah.
You know? A great poet known as Michael Jackson said, if you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make a change. If you're some woke white chick and you think that there's too many white people, I know a long pier that you can take a short pier that you can take a long walk off of. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? And guys, here we go, guys. Now, all these chicks are supposed to be like women of the church, guys. Let's call out every single time that we hear them use some feminist trope. All right?
Hello and welcome to Sister, where you'll find real women answering really real life questions. My name is Kathy. Thank you for being with us.
She looks like a Kathy, right, guys?
Yeah. Oh God.
Look at that.
Oh my God.
Guys, nothing good can come from this moron right here, dude.
No.
Straight
up.
God. Today we have Melissa, Flo, Roxanne, and Kim. And you know what? This situation that we're going to talk about here really affects each one of us in a
fair use, by the way. Fair use.
Personal way, I think. Does the feminist movement enter into the church? In other words, has feminism taken a place in the church, and is it positive or negative?
I think it's negative, and I think that it's taken a place in the church in the sense that if I, for one, am a feminist, it affects my belief system that I can have an abortion, the way that I may view my career, as opposed to what the Word of God tells me about how, as a woman, I should carry myself. And but I think it has evolved over the years because of some misuse and abuse of the word.
See, she just couldn't out and out say feminism's bad, right?
Yeah.
No, it's just been misused. It's just been misused.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled. Led astray. Run amok.
Clown world. Lenny says her neck swallowed her chin. Let's go. Hey guys, once again, guys, thanks for being here, guys. I really appreciate all you guys that have been longtime supporters of the channel. Thanks to all you guys that are new supporters of the channel. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to carve out my own little space here. You know what I'm saying? Guys, let me see. Tuesday, guys, we're going to talk about debt, right? We usually talk about chicks, guys, but guys, I want to hear about your stories about either how you don't have any debt, like how you managed to pay it off, or how you managed to actually stay out of debt. And guys, what tips that you would give to guys to stay out of debt, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, the differences that are between good debt and bad debt. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's some good debt. Like a mortgage isn't bad. You know what I'm saying? But guys, that's going to be Tuesday. So all you money guys, all you guys that are successful, you know what I'm saying? Guys, let's cook on Tuesday. All right? So
Tuesday, you got it.
Yeah, thanks, man. You know that I was going to ask you to be on the panel, Callin. Let's go. You know, and guys, here's the thing about like a lot of young guys. You know, it would be somewhat excusable if you were just stupid and you ran a bunch of debt. But guys, there are these guys that co-sign on car loans. They co-sign on credit cards for women.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They get in debt because of some broad. I can understand a divorce, obviously, because like you were trying to do the married thing, but these guys that'll co-sign in a car loan for a girlfriend.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That'll like co-sign for their girlfriend's apartment, even though like they're living somewhere else, and she stops paying the rent. Yeah. Lenny says the only time that he was in severe debt was when he was married. Look at that. Dr. Gonzo, what's up, man? Damn, what's up, guys? And guys, thanks to all you guys that are members, man. You know what I'm saying? Guys, I have quite a few members already, man. Thanks for that, guys. Because remember, guys, all the daytime lives, all the day shifts are usually for members only in the chat. So, guys, make sure to hit the like button. I'd appreciate that. And guys, the StreamYard link is in the top of the comments, just in case anyone wants to call in.
A lot of men also go into debt or spend in silly ways because they want to like impress women. They think that they need to have this, you know, F-350 diesel truck, and they don't like a bunch of things like that. The motive of trying to quote impress women and stuff ends up catching up with you later, because now you're really paying for it, and you know, even if you got the chicks, it still is going to cost you.
Yep, it's true.
And it's kind of opened that gate. But nevertheless, no matter how it entered, a lie is a lie. And the truth is the word of God. And so we do need to be sensitive, because as women, our role in the home should not be taken for granted because somebody in the world says you need to pursue a career, you need to do this. What about raising your children? You know, what about some of these different things? So yeah, I do
it
think
has snuck into the church. Melissa.
Well, and I agree with that. And I think for me, when I was really just praying about that whole situation, I think that when the Lord said in Galatians about how we are in him and we are clothed.
You know how else you know these chicks have a feminist kind of bent is they have short hair.
Short hair, yeah.
Guys, short hair is so ugly on women. I don't care who it is. There's some chicks that can pull it off. But guys, once again, guys, women are always better looking with long hair. I don't care if it's a B-dub that has an afro. You know what I'm saying? She looks better with long hair than some buzz cut or some chick with a pixie cut. You're going to always look better with long hair. You know what I'm saying?
I was looking at this like CIA like body language thing actually the other day, and they're saying short hair on women is indicative of a woman that doesn't get along with her own mother and has like there's this. So basically, they're saying they have some like mommy issues, psychological issues.
That rebellious spirit. Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
Eric, man, thanks for the membership, my friend. Appreciate that.
With Christ, that there is no male or female. I mean, and when we become so introverted in our focus about
guys, now, do you know where there's no how's the line go? There's no Jew nor Greek or male to female, right? Guys, that was specifically they were talking to the two of the tribes of Israel, saying that they're all part of the nation of Israel, right? They weren't actually saying that there's no such thing as male and female. They were actually saying that it's who belongs to the nation. You know what I'm saying? What are you talking about?
it has to be done this way. He's not the head anymore.
That's good.
And Christ should always be the head, no matter where we're at, because we're part of the body. It's not about
your husband's the head, you ding dong. Guys, I'm telling you guys, tune your ears in.
Yeah.
Tune your ears in. Here we go.
Very deceiving.
Rights, equality. It is, where's the Lord Jesus Christ leading you?
the
Period.
feminism movement
Your
and
husband's supposed to be leading you, you moron. Guys, look at that, right? Look at that. Absolute dunderhead. What is going on? Come on, man.
organized church, I think needs to really re-examine the Holy Scripture.
Yeah.
When it says, I will pour out my spirit on all flesh.
Yeah.
And we as the church sometimes adopt cultural norms and change and so on, but
that's
we need
good,
to be the constant of the church where every woman has a role, has a place, has a function. Now, the parts of feminism where the right to vote, Susan B. Anthony pursued the right to vote for 60 years.
Yeah.
Women were able to hold property. Those types of things I think were important. That
Guys.
She's laying the groundwork. She's laying the groundwork to say now we can have female priests and stuff.
Yep. See? Yep.
By the way, I think it should also be pointed out that even before the quote-unquote womanism, women were actually allowed to own property.
Yeah. Women voted as early as 1805, guys.
Exactly.
In certain state elections. Look at this, guys. Here you go. Look at these comments. Why is it when women stand up for rights and equality that it's against men, but when men clearly don't give women their equal position, it's okay and it's not considered against women. So the double standards never end in this patriarchal system. What a joke. Look at that. Look at that. Christian and feminist, get over it. Look at that. Someone says, those who attack the authority of man shall burn. The Lord is he. Look at that, man. You're sexist, please. Religions where we need feminism the most, please.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Look at that. Absolutely insane, guys. Absolutely. Guys, come on, man. Come on. Anyways, let's keep going here, guys.
Liberated the church to be able to say women can do similar things to men and should receive the same pay for the things that they do.
There it is. There it is, guys. Yep. There it is. I told you, guys. I told you. Guys, put a 1 if you agree. All these chicks are all feminists. All of them. All of them.
You stupid woman.
Every single chick on this panel is a feminist. I've heard nothing at all other than
I am woman, hear me roar, in numbers too big to ignore.
Clown world.
Yeah.
As well.
You know what it is, AJ? I think they're just women who are holy.
Take lessons from each other.
Fucking Snowball was the goddamn zinger, huh?
Guys,
talking about horse people. Yeah. They're everywhere.
But the feminism movement has become a more agitation or aggressive against men versus let's work together. Let's work in unity. Let's find the best in all of us so that we can cooperate to make this world and the church a better place.
Right. And you're a single parent. So how do you feel about this?
I think feminism in the church, especially, I think it's unnecessary. I mean, we're all doing a work as unto God. We all have the same goals. At least we all should have the same goals as far as working for Christ.
Right. That's kind of what Melissa's saying.
Yeah. And so whenever we get this idea that we're supposed to be in this type of position or have
you are, guys. So the Bible says you got to be fruitful and multiply. There's an order. God and Christ over man, man over women, and women over children. What are you talking about? Women aren't supposed to biblically be out there trying to fight the lion. You know what I'm saying? What are you talking about?
This title and things like that just because we're women. I think it's unnecessary. I mean, we're all doing the same work. So why does it matter if you're a woman?
We're not doing the same work. that, hey, sweetheart, hey, moron, hey, dum-dum, that set you're sitting on, built by men. That microphone, invented by men. The lights are kept on by men, you ding-dong. Why are they so stupid, guys? Why? How can they even breathe on their own?
Well, it's like double speak. She's trying to say we're all doing the same work to support Christ. So she's using a blanket statement to serve her agenda.
Yeah.
That's what they've been doing the whole time.
Hold on. Keep going.
Some guy had he said he's like, it looks like a lame Bryant fashion show. Like
you guys want to see one of my favorite clips of all time, guys? You guys remember this? That one thing when you have to say if you agree or disagree, and you go to one side. Watch.
The word hurts my feelings.
So the R word hurts my feelings.
Oh, I'm actually really excited to see this.
So he's on the disagree.
I think I remember this.
Look.
I got that right here. It's called Let's End the R word because it's not cool.
He went to the wrong side. he's so retarded. He went to the wrong side.
Wow.
He's on the fucking side. The R word hurts my feelings.
Oh, I'm actually really excited to see this.
He had to go Downs one line.
Man. Him going over to the wrong side sure was a letdown. Oh, man.
He really let us down on that one.
He went to the wrong side. He sure must be down on himself.
Jesus.
No, he's just down for his partner. That's all.
Shred Cloud, how's it going, man?
Doing good, brother. How you doing?
Good, man. How do you feel about the whole feminism in the church thing, man?
Oh, man. I got a million thoughts about this. These women, I really wish they would stop saying Christ because they don't believe in the God of the Bible. They believe in the space genie that comes and makes up for all your bad decisions.
Yeah.
And sends you a man you don't deserve.
Yeah, intergalactic Santa Claus. Yep.
Yeah. And he's going to send you a man that you don't deserve so that by blessing you, you could be a curse on that man's life.
Yeah, Pastor Porkchops out there, right? Tell him, you can let Chad and Tyrone, and you'll be forgiven. You can have bastard kids by Nog Nog. You can have the herp derp and the high five. Men can be friggin' chicks now. Clown world.
We could almost coin some of this like Tyler Perry Christian.
Yeah.
That would be a good way to describe it for some of these.
Yeah, but we've seen the whole Tyler Perry accusations now, right? You know what I'm saying? That
exactly.
He likes white dudes' cheeks. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God, I didn't even know that.
But that's kind of why I was bringing this up because like it's like it's the title of it and it has like a nice feel to it at first, but then it's kind of just like no discipline or anything at all.
Yeah,
it's not holding up any of the values.
Yeah. So like, let's take this girl on screen for an example, right? Like, I bet if any one of us measure up, like what we bring to a relationship, who we are as people, none of us would be good enough for what she's looking for. So imagine you had stature above us, you were better looking, all these other things, and this is what you got.
And she's a single mom.
I didn't even know she was a single mom.
She is.
Oh my
God. Yeah, she is.
Like these pastors are con men because for him to not tell this woman that, look, you need to get real with yourself. That kind of man, not messing with you.
One other thing I'd like to say about some of these we'll call this a program, like what this little show is or whatever. These churches will start to take money from anybody. That's why that's a big motive with all this stuff. So they're going to take it from, the LDHD TV community, and they have to basically lower the bar and lower the standards to get more people in, because those people give money. So it's a lot of it is really about money in the end.
Yeah.
They'll give, like, this woman will give a lot of money probably to the church.
Yeah, that's true. And I'm telling you, as long as Pastor Porkchop can get that money, you know what I'm saying? Has all these single moms putting money on that plate. And guys, this is why a lot of guys that I know don't go to church anymore. Why are you gonna give money to some goof just to say how bad men are? You can just turn on the Disney Channel for that. You know what I'm saying? What are you talking about?
Any sitcom or anything, yeah.
That English guy, man. England's in the house. What's going on, my brother? Good to see you, man. Good to see you.
TV show recently, and it was a pastor's wife she was struggling with the decision, should I take on this position in the church? But they had young kids at home, and she still took on that position anyway.
Did it work out?
Well, I don't know, because it's still the show's still going on. But in my head,
what do you mean? Did it work out? She shouldn't have done it. You moron! Your children are more important. If you are a woman of Christ, you're supposed to take care of your children. Guys, right there, I told you. More feminist foolishness, clown world.
And I'm like, why would you do that if you have young kids in the house?
Right.
Because they were all under the age of
she's
10,
serving.
15.
She's serving. But along the same line, have you ever prayed desperately for something?
Look at how short this broad's hair is. If this is not a feminist, I don't know what is. Absolutely insane, guys. And guys, guys don't ever date girls who keep cutting their hair short.
No,
I
only
think
certain
that's
girls can make it look hot.
But even then, they're only doing it because they think, hey, Shred, do you remember back in the 90s, all the B-dubs that had that Holly Berry shortcut, bob cut? Hold on.
That hair looks terrible unless it's on her.
Remember this? Guys, this is how you knew that a B-dub was hell on wheels.
Remember when people's grandmas were getting that haircut too?
Yeah,
like it was everybody.
Guys, but even right now, ever since the 90s, any B-dub that has this cut, it's because she was trying to be bougie and thinks she's a lot more important than it.
Yeah.
Actually is.
Okay, so this is my own opinion. It's subjective, but young Halle Berry has like almost a perfectly symmetrical face, and like that's what you need to pull off hair that short.
Yeah, I would say the only other chick that could actually pull this off, well, actually Lupita Nyong'o, she can pull it off decently. Short hair.
You know what? To be real though, like Lupita, it doesn't uglify her, but
yeah, but she looks.
I don't want her.
Look, all chicks look better with long hair. And then if Chandy Newton had short hair, I mean, come on, I'd smash. Come on, man.
You kind of closed the case on it there too, because even girls that could pull it off, they all look better with long hair.
Yeah. A hot chick with short hair. Looks like it looks like crappy rims on a friggin' M3 or you know what I'm saying? It looks like you know how they say tattoos are like bumper stickers on a Ferrari? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? You guys know Corvette C7. You guys know how you can always tell
trim on the interior of a Benz, and then you got like cow skin on the steering.
Do you guys know how like you can always tell if an old dude drives a Vet because it still has chrome wheels on it? You know what I'm saying, guys? I mean, who really
they love that
chrome wheels? Come on, dude.
Yeah.
Come on. On anything now just looks stupid. It looks dumb. You know what I'm saying? Guys, it would be like having a freaking Vet or like a Porsche with chrome wheels on it. Take those off. You know what I'm saying? what are you doing?
Yeah.
So, anyways, I digress.
That you wanted, and God said no.
Yeah.
Yes, yes,
I
yes,
think
yes,
everybody
yes.
has.
We all
Yeah.
have.
Yeah.
You?
Oh, for sure. I had my mother, who we were believing to come out of a coma, passed.
Oh
Sorry,
my
guys.
God.
Sorry, guys. Oh yeah. Demon Dennis said Tony Braxton. Oh yeah, Tony Braxton. Short.
And Toni Braxton's not a bad-looking woman, but she wasn't fine enough to pull that off, though.
Yeah, that short hair just had to go, dude. You know
It
what I'm
ruined
saying?
her,
Yeah. Now that she has long hair, you know?
Even though she's older, she looks a little bit better.
Yeah, see? Look at that. Now she has the long hair, you know? Guys, I'm going to do a video on Charlize Theron. Hey, guys, you guys know that I have the series about Hollywood actresses that have smashed. Well, have I done Charlize Theron yet? I don't think so, right? Do you see she was in the news talking about how bad online dating is? It's like you're like a 70-year-old single mom of like a bunch of adopted kids. Are you stupid?
Of 2 tranny African kids.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
I've had.
Doesn't that show how demonic that Hollywood is, that all these actors and actresses' kids are all transformers, right? Isn't that insane? Megan Fox has 3 kids and they're all crazy, right? Coincidence? I think not.
Got people that are very dear to me, who we were fighting and praying and believing, and they passed and went home to be with the Lord, and it really challenged my faith. It challenged my faith.
And what happens to me, I don't hear God so much say no, but say you have a choice. You have a choice to make. When I went to college, when I dated, when I did various things, you have a choice in this. And for example, when I went to school, my parents wanted me to live at home. I just became a Christian, protect me somewhat. Dad said, I'll drive you to the local Penn State and bring you home. I wanted to go away to school. So for a year, tug of war with my heart as to what to do. So finally, I submitted to their suggestion. Dad drove me to school every day, took me home. And then when he passed away, I was like, thank you, God, that I had that time with him alone. He and I driving to school and driving home every day for a year.
So God said no to you because he knew what's best. It's like the whole Romans 8:28 thing. All things will work for us. I mean, I think we have a laundry list to the Lord. Oh, Lord, please, we need this. We need that. We need this. We need that. And when everything isn't answered, I don't get upset. I say, well, you can't have faith and fear/worry.
But guys, hold on. Cook with me here. They're supposed to apply this to their husbands too, guys. Right. They're supposed to submit to the God and their husband. So if they have a laundry list of things and their husband says no, they're supposed to just accept it and move on. That's part of submission.
I was just thinking that what they should be saying is that, have you ever prayed for something and your husband said no and you had to accept it? Because that should be a thing too.
Yeah. Yep.
In the same heart. So you choose, Kathy.
Someone says she looks like Chris Farley.
You choose, and I choose faith.
Yeah.
Well, I've definitely had. I'm not as mature as you, honey.
You think? Look at your haircut, you proof. Look at that knucklehead right there.
She does look like.
Can I just thank you for not pausing it on Jabba with the frosted tips? She's hard to look at.
Anyway, go ahead.
I think it's hard for women, or if we really sit there and say, if God is saying no, for me particularly about a family. And
she's the only decent looking one. She would like grow her hair out. She's older, but
Yeah.
I tell her my name is Shred Cloud, right? And then do my patented.
Who is this guy? I don't know.
She never know my real name after I smash. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the way you do it.
The lady next to her looks like she's from that show Dinosaurs in the 90s. The one that
Yeah,
has the
yeah.
earrings and
Not
stuff.
The baby.
Not the mama.
She looks like the
Desire. You have got to come to a point in your relationship and your walk with God to say, you know what, Lord, I am trusting you over this.
No, Adam, it's not just her makeup. Because I was trying to look through the makeup and all that. She's a decent looking chick. I didn't say she was hot. I'm just saying that she's an
nice
okay
eyes.
looking chick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, guys? Here. You could leave. You could actually leave the lights on.
Yeah, she's not bad looking.
And knowing that the plans you have for my life are going to be far greater than I could ever begin to imagine. And then I think we have to wrestle through and say, how do I get to that point? How do I walk through this journey with him and knowing that I'm still a woman, I'm not inadequate, I'm not a failure, but that just because God said no, his plan is far greater than I could begin to perceive.
That's a huge prayer, asking for yes. And God thus far has said no for you with the family. And Melissa, I pray for you every day, every day. And I'm not sure what you're asking.
She doesn't.
If you're looking for a yes and it's been a no, but I know that God has a plan. That's what we think.
Amen.
We're sisters. Iron sharpens iron. Remember that. So the countenance of one woman sharpens the other. If you have a comment about this.
You know how they do that, though? You want to know how they sharpen each other? Scissoring.
Scissoring. Same thing, dude. Come on, guys.
Before you leave this video, that big one, the big one with the Justin Timberlake from the 90s haircut, he literally looks like, remember when you were a kid and you'd use your mound of mashed potatoes and almost like use the vegetables like it was a Mr. Potato Head? I swear I made that chick like 5 times before.
Here you go, guys. Nice. So this chick's gonna try and tell us, her calling to be a friggin' female pastor. Here we go. Oops.
Like I said, just about 18 years old that I'd ever seen a woman preach the word. I'd never seen a woman preach before because at our church, women didn't preach. So I never thought about preaching or ever thought about doing that. And my only speaking was when people asked for their money back. So like I said, this wasn't even a thought. And it was like everything in that moment as I watched her begin to make sense. It was like, if I did that, there would be a purpose to all the things that you've actually put in me to do. I remember thinking, if that was what you were going to do in my life, God, then there would be a reason to this. This would be.
Guys, I need you to put a yes or a no to tell me if you walked into a church and you saw a female pastor, that you would walk straight out, guys. Yes or no?
Yeah, I'd walk
guys,
out.
There's no reason why any man, why any church should ever have a female pastor, priest, or any of that stuff.
Yeah.
That's absolutely insane. Because I don't think that women can teach men pretty much anything. You know what I'm saying? But let alone, guys, if you believe in a soul and any of that, guys, because here's the thing. The only thing more powerful than the masculine burden of performance in the material is if you're spiritual or if you're a Christian, is the Christian masculine burden of performance.
Right.
Because men are supposed to have dominion over the earth. That's a big deal. Men are basically Atlas holding the world on our shoulders. And you're going to listen to a woman? Are you insane?
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled. Led astray. Run on muck.
I will say this.
Knuckle-headed, moronic, ignorant foolishness. You know what I'm saying? Like guys, not and snowboard. I'll get back to you in a minute. Like, guys, seriously, like, guys, priests and pastors, they do everything from marriage counseling to like pre-marriage counseling to like confession to talking to guys. Guys, there are priests and stuff where guys have PTSD and they are seriously about to go have a lead lunch, and their priest is the only one that's keeping them day to day, like being on this earth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Only a man can help another man that way. Snowboard. What are you saying?
I think that it could almost happen both ways, where this woman can still say like what she wants and everything, but she shouldn't be put up there as the authority figure. She can still say it over social media, other things like that, but it really should be a man is the one who's, you know.
Well,
I don't know if this is in a church session or whatever this setting
but
is.
she can teach women and children, yes, Sunday school, whatever. But as far as
that's what I'm saying.
teaching the word to the masses, no.
Yeah.
I'm not even a Christian, and I know this. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
insane.
You think about like the community dynamic of it too. It's like her husband's kind of top of the community of men as like the pastor's husband. And it's like, how are you going to respect this guy? He's sitting here down here with you while his wife tells us all what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would like everything I'd say that guy would have like sarcasm without me even being able to control it. Like there's no way I'd be able to take him seriously.
Yeah. Yep. Hold on. All right. Let's finish this here.
This would be how I could catch fish, how I could fish for men. I got down on my knees before the Lord at the conference for the first time. I responded to an altar call. And it must have been how Peter felt that day is how I felt when I got on my knees and I had that moment of recognizing that you are the Lord. It was a moment of repentance. I am a sinful woman, God. You are God. And I want
you need a husband to submit to. Guys, think of this. I don't see a freaking wedding ring on her hand.
Yeah. She can't just go from Peter to Peter all the time.
Yeah.
Just on her knees from Peter to Peter, you know?
Hey-o! Steve, what's up, dude? Shrinking fungus, what's going on?
I began to realize that Jesus didn't want to just be a part of my life, but he wanted to be all of my life. He didn't want to just sit at the door with me, but he wanted to walk with me everywhere I went. I was not someone who played sports and happened to love Jesus on the side. I wasn't someone who was a...
What a crock.
Right,
What
this
a crock.
is terrible.
This is crap, guys. This is crap. Hey, guys, these pastors love this because she's probably like, I don't know, some co-deacon or some made-up thing in a church.
So they can
and he's probably getting blowies on the side, and he's getting extra money in the collection.
He's wearing 3 chains.
husband,
What is this?
Yeah, here we go.
He's the head, but I'm the neck. My husband's the head. He makes the decisions, but really, I'm the neck that drives his decisions. You know?
Oh my God, this is a modern.
Wow.
Guys, look.
You've been had. You've been duped. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
Look at
Billie Eilish, everyone.
Guys, look at this. Adam was standing right there with her and didn't say or stop anything. I do not believe she was usurping authority over him. Is that not the most feminist thing you've ever heard? Guys, it was Eve's fault. Adam was having a great time, having them in the garden, chilling, right? And guys, if there had never been an Eve, Adam would still be chilling right now.
Yeah.
But these chicks just cannot accept the fact. They cannot accept the fact that inherently, once again, men are selfless and women are selfish. Now, guys, there's outliers. Fine. But in general, okay, guys, once again, when men win, everyone wins. And when women win, women win. If you give about 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10 guys $5 million, they're going to be like, oh, I can help my friends and family maybe start a family, right? If you were to just give a guy, any guy, a $300,000 a year job, the first thought that would come in his head is, buy a house, start a family. You know what I'm saying? With women, it's, oh, I can go to friggin' the Maldives, I'll get a Range Rover. You understand? That's the first thought that they think is what they can buy for themselves. Like Dragon says the neck. Of course, he means blow gibbers, right?
Talking about whores, people. They're everywhere.
Oh,
What are you doing when you say that? You are literally introducing, hey, this is my husband Ahab, and my name is Jezebel. Nice to meet you. We have been unknowingly promoting a Jezebel spirit. What do I mean by Jezebel spirit? In 1 Kings, there was
a leather skirt.
Queen called Jezebel, and she is defined and depicted as a very evil, wicked, manipulative queen. She had
just a woman in general.
I should have said that way quicker.
Passive husband called Ahab, and she would control him. Says that no one else so completely sold himself to what was evil in the Lord's sight as Ahab did.
Now, guys, there's this trick that these women do, and Shred, cook with me here because we see it in the Black community a lot, right? This person here says, "In Jesus' name, I pray that you instill in me a spirit of humility and submission to my godly husband." Now, what's the word she used? Godly husband, right?
Right.
These women, they want to be the arbiters of who a godly man is or who isn't.
Yeah.
That's not.
Yeah. They'll listen to their man as long as he's perfect, which no man is. Which means they can just give him shit all day, every day.
Yes, because once again, it's that servant leader relationship, right? Well, I didn't do. It's the no true Scotsman thing, right? You know what I'm saying? You guys know what the no true Scotsman fallacy is? Anyone?
Yeah, it's like if you say you're a barber, and then the next guy's like, "Well, have you cut 1,000 heads?" Or like, have you done this many? It's always like a qualifier that keeps you out of officially being the thing.
No, it's basically moving the goalpost to what the definition is, right? So, a real Yankees fan would have gone to 20 games. Well, I've been to 20 games. Well, a real Yankees fan will have a signed jersey. Well, no. Sorry, it's like let's just say that hold on, no true Scotsman. Sorry, is
I think your Yankee analogy was working.
No. Here it is. You guys know how we say how when you say bad things about the religion of that sand place, and they go, well, they're obviously not Muslims, right? If you say, well, they do this bad thing, well, they obviously weren't blank. Well, they did bad thing B, well, they're obviously not blank. It's a way to dance around the label. It's how can I put it? You know how they say, oh, the people that did the Twin Towers, they obviously weren't Muslims, right? It's then you go, well, what is then? It's always a way to not be able to nail down what that thing is.
Yeah.
Because you can just say that person wasn't truly that thing. Because they would say, oh, well, that guy shagged the sheep. Oh, well, obviously he's not a true Scotsman. Well, he did this. Obviously, he's not a true Scotsman, right? That's the no true Scotsman theory, right? And it happens all the time, guys. And this is why you really got to nail down your definitions, right? Yeah. You got to be really, 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 really exact with your speech, because they will try and wiggle out of this all the time. All right, here you go. Easy. Well, Venezuela is terrible. Yeah, but that's not a true communist country. Well,
I was going to say the communist thing, yeah.
Well, that's not truly a communist. What is then? Well, we've never seen one. What are you talking about? That's a good example. You know what I'm saying? They always try and move the goalpost. They always try and say like that thing is not said thing to avoid it being labeled as bad. That's what it means. Yeah. Sorry, guys. It's been a while since I've gone in this type of stuff. So
the influence of his wife Jezebel. She was the one that wore the pants. He did what was evil, but he was under the influence. And that was his fault. He was a passive man that gave in, just like Adam in the garden. Instead of saying, you should not do this, God told us, no, we will not bring the prophets of Baal. We will not bring the Asherah poles into Israel. Instead of doing that.
Who would sit there and listen?
He has like 15-year-old girl.
I was just thinking, if that's not a room full of women, every man in there has severely messed up.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Oh, man.
I didn't know there was Asian tortas, right? Look at this.
On to this comment with a post so I could talk more about it. And I just want to say, first off, it's so exciting that you want to be a pastor. We need more female pastors. And
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled. Led astray. Run amok.
Someone, please. Someone.
Man, what this makes me think of is I saw a video about a month ago, and it was detailing why so many men have left the church.
Yeah.
And one of the things the guy brought up, which is something I'd never thought about before, should a Christian even be fat? Like, you say that you're in contact with the creator of the universe. You got prayers getting answered all the time, and he hasn't helped you figure out how not to eat to the point that you're like half dying as you try to like work for him, they say?
Yeah.
Or just not be gluttonous.
Yeah,
really.
gluttony is the same. Yeah. Here you go, guys.
You understand what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So feminism is creeping into the church.
Yeah.
But it's not only feminism. If you can listen very carefully, we've got homosexuality coming into the church.
Yes,
we've got
preferences.
We've got transgenderism that is coming into the church. Why are you gay?
Oh, good timing.
Doesn't that make you gay?
We've got elitism that is coming into the church. And I'm saying, once we start talking in terms of certain groups, preferential groups, we are creating a division within the church.
It's true. And that's what the wokey woke LDHG TV churches do. Hold on, guys. Where's that one thing here? Here it is.
And what's happened in American history, and some of this has been good and some of this has been not so good, is there's been three waves historically of feminism. Okay, the first wave was the late 1800s, about the 1920s. Some will say it goes all the way to the 1960s. Pick your date, doesn't matter. Research is different on this. And basically it was this. It was the women's suffrage movement, right? That women would be able to have the right to vote. Amen. Yes. That there would be the ability to have the same property rights, the same education opportunities, to attend the same universities. That was the first wave of feminism. Amen. Way to go. Incredible.
Right there, guys. See? Right there. Even that right there. He's a feminist.
He seems zesty, too. He seems zesty right away.
Yeah. See?
Then in the 1960s, and many of you lived through this, the 1960s to the 1980s, then you had what's called the second wave. And that was equal pay for equal work. Equal opportunities, equal pay for equal work. Again, wonderful. That's great. If you watched the U.S. Open last weekend, it was celebrating the 50 years of equal prize money. Well, when did that happen? 1973, which is smack dab in this wave that we're happening here of the second wave. So that's great. But at this point now, reproductive rights is going to move to the center. It's going to be about abortion and birth control, and that's going to be in the center place. Okay? And you're going to have a little bit of a tension because there's some ladies that say, I don't want to work outside the home. I want to be here in the home. And other ladies are like, no, that's not what I want. So there'll be a little bit of tension. Yeah. Then you end up.
That English guy said there's no ways of feminism. Oh, only stages of cancer. Let's go. Let's go.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Guys,
you know what happened? We went from stage 3 to stage whore.
Look at that. Yeah, there's stage 3, and then there's stage
304.
The stage 304, right? Guys, make sure to hit the like button, guys. Hit the super chat button, guys.
Oh, the big C always gets you.
Yep.
And you know what another problem is with a lot of these like female like pastors and deacons and stuff like that being involved in the church is what happens is they get kind of jaded because they really pastor around.
Hey guys, here's the thing, guys. The biggest 304s are in the church. Guys, put a one if you agree. The biggest 304s are in the church.
Up in the 1980s till now, okay? And this is the third wave. And this is where our culture, where we are right now. The History Channel, not a biblical study, not a commentary. The History Channel said this about the third wave of feminists: embracing the spirit of rebellion instead of reform. Okay? Embracing the spirit of rebellion instead of reform. And so good things were taken, assaulted, like workplace harassment and sexual assault. All those things have no place in our society. They have no place in our Bible. And at this point, though, abortion becomes the primary issue. Okay? It's now moved to the primary. And so we can see that even in today, right? Becomes the number one thing. Now, women are not seen to be equal with men. They're seen to be better than men. Men are toxic. Men are predators. Men are unnecessary. And we don't need them. All we need is the ladies here. And that's not interconnectedness. So watch, you ready?
Any man who wears I hope that's his class ring or whatever, but what's this gold ring he's wearing? You know what I'm saying?
Might be Freemason.
Maybe.
Now the most celebrated man in America is the man who says he's a woman.
Look at that, guys. Facts. Yeah. Now that's absolute facts.
Yeah.
Guys, all a guy has to, because a guy used to have to storm a beach in Normandy or friggin', run through a burning building to save a kid to be called brave, right? And courageous. Now all they need to do is put on a dress. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely insane.
Does God know you gay?
You know what I'm saying? Look at that.
Because you can be interchangeable. You could be a man and you can marry a man. And you could be a man and you can marry one. It's interchangeable. You could be a man and be a woman because it's interchangeable. And so all of that comes in. And so when we say a biblically qualified man, we say, well, no, this has got to be interchangeable. And so things that have been for thousands of years of Christianity and of leadership are like, well, wait a minute. Now I don't understand that. That's not really right. And that's not really true. And so ladies, I just want you to know that the Temple of Diana, the same kind of things were happening. The sameness, not equality, men and women. God has created us equal.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
Hey, Shred Cloud, do you want to take this one?
Man.
Shred Cloud, I need a drink.
Yeah.
They're giving the church the Democratic Party treatment, man. All they're going to be left with is zesty guys and low T men like this guy.
Yeah.
What he's saying, what he's really saying, they each donate equal. Well, I'll take either of theirs money. That's what he means.
He's like that Transformer money spent's the same, brother.
Yeah.
Guys, where did Eve come from?
Adam's rib.
Thank you very much. Guys, what's the order of God? What's the order?
God, man, woman, child.
Thank you very much. And here's the thing, guys. Do you think that when we're equal when bullets start flying, or do you think these 304s are going to try and hide behind us, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
What a joke. An absolute joke.
You know what I just thought of, too? Is that it's a perfect, the scammer and scammee go together perfectly.
Yeah.
Because these women will believe anything they're told. And then the pastor's like, I know you're a single mother that's struggling.
Yeah.
Come give me a chunk of your money. And Jesus is going to give you everything you want.
Yep. All this.
Always was the black queen, mama.
Foolishness, right?
Yeah.
Guys, Eric says, so I'm single. Single and single chicks are very present in the church, the decent-sized church. So I avoid them. From what I've seen, it's still all about them. Well, then, Eric, why do you go? Eric, you can go to meetup.com and find all male church groups. You know what I'm saying? You can go on Facebook, as there are male-centered Christian groups. Guys, the church is not a place. Is it 3 people? It's multiple people coming together to like study the word. That is church. Guys,
yeah, it says 2 or 3 is all you need.
Yes, guys. The Christians are the church. They're the body of the church. You don't have to go to Eric, if you think that you're friggin' that the church that you the church that you go to obviously sounds like it's
I am woman, hear me roar, in numbers too big to ignore.
Eric, you are wasting, other than your money on the collection plate, you are wasting the most valuable thing you have, and that's your time, dude. You can never get that time back. Ever. Dude, you are better off finding 3 or 4 or 5 guys that agree with you, right? And you guys can study the word, all that together, and not get ripped off and not hear this foolishness. So,
but you got to with the all men ones like that, you have to kind of watch out for TradCon mega simps. Do a little bit of that. They can dwell in those circles a little bit and want you to become that way too.
Yeah.
The biggest simps will always be in the church, though.
Facts.
Right. That's kind of what I'm saying.
Yep.
But we're different by the plan and the glory of God. And so we embrace that and we say yes to that. So let me give you a quote from Let Me Be a Woman, okay?
What the heck?
Great
Just
quote,
turn it off.
15. Elizabeth Elliot is the author. We are called to be women. The fact that I'm a woman does not make me a different kind of Christian.
Bro, stop reading
the fact
this.
that I'm a Christian.
Yeah.
Well, I guess he's trying to talk to the women in the church. So I mean, look, this guy has like no testosterone at all.
Yeah.
This guy, guys, this guy, he's the type to freaking call his wife's boyfriend over to open a pickle jar. You know what I'm saying? I mean, let's be honest.
You have to imagine these guys plan out their message. So you're telling me you read this at home. Oh, I'm reading from I Am a Woman. And it starts off from the perspective of a woman. And you're not like, wait a minute. What about the
this guy right here? I mean, come on. He just sits in the corner.
Yeah.
Let's just say, his place is in the corner, right?
Yeah.
You know? Let's just say his wife has a black spade.
Yeah.
has an ace.
I feel like they got a tripod and his iPhone sits in the corner. They make him watch in the living room.
She makes me a different.
Like you were whispering last time. You gotta stop.
Guys, here we go. Now, speaking of that, hey, Eric, your quote is a good segue. Look at this, guys. The phenomenon of women discovering God at 30 and coming to church to find a husband. Has anyone else heard of this or maybe observed this at church? Essentially, a woman lives a life of promiscuity. And as she reaches her late 20s to 30s, so she realizes she's running out of time to find a husband. All the men that she slept with had no interest in commitment, so she goes to the one place where men still value marriage and are told to disregard her past, the church. You tell her she's a goddamn whore. Look at that. She becomes a born-again virgin. So I laughed when I heard this thing. Basically an attempt to help sucker the good God Christian cope with having a promiscuous wife by saying the past is irrelevant. Now she's a pure virgin girl. This woman goes over how women outnumber men in most churches, how these women love the church because men are being taught to be beta. Now hold on, what's the video he talks about? Oh, it's taken down. What do you think? Have you seen this play out in church? I did see some interesting studies on virginity and divorce. Basically, virgin brides by far have the lowest divorce rate irrespective of religious views. However, Christian divorce rate is practically the same as secular atheists. So, the reason being that the so-called Christians don't actually follow the Bible and live lives that are indistinguishable from the worldly crowd. I also see those that are quick to jump on the concept of grace that are revealing their lack of understanding of what grace means. If you're a sinner and you're truly repentant, the sin is forgiven, but by no means does this nullify the worldly consequences of your sin. Meaning that if you lived a life smoking drugs but were suddenly repentant, good on you, but your organs are still likely irreversibly damaged. In case of sleeping around, the chick loses her ability to pair bond and therefore broken the purposes of marriage. I realize that this is the politically incorrect thing to say. So women don't want to be seen as broken sluts, and men don't want to think of their wife as a broken slut. But I feel like this needs to be formally addressed in church. Any lies here, guys?
No.
I'd like to say that whoever wrote that is a filthy misogynist. Not only do those women deserve a second chance, I think that this concept should be brought into more things in the church. So, for instance, I think that when they have a church cookout, they need to go behind the subway and take out week-old sandwiches. Even better if it's been sitting in some kind of liquid till the buns are all soggy and stuff. And then when they pray over it and bless it, those sandwiches will be sanctified, and then they'll be better than a new sandwich. And shut the hell up.
Yeah, because we all know Jesus will clean all that salmonella. Or even then, guys, here you go. You go to the line and you order your sandwich. And there's a bunch of dudes that are making the sandwich. And from the moment that they put that down, each guy who has it licks the bun or spits in it.
I was just gonna say,
and then at the end, and you're watching them spit on it.
Yeah.
And then at the end, they wrap it up and charge you full price for it.
Yeah.
Well,
if you say
about that sandwich, though, AJ, that sandwich is even better after it's been spit on because that experience made it the sandwich it is today.
Well, no one really likes
all those bodily fluids so that it could be the sandwich you needed at this time in your life.
Yeah. Why would any guy want a sandwich that only he's put his hands on? Oh no, it has to be handled by 1,300 people and spit in and friggin' pissed on first. Oh yeah. Then it'll actually be a seasoned sandwich.
That you'd want a sandwich that hasn't been touched by anybody else, to be honest with you.
Who's ever
Sounds
wanted
a little bit insecure that you would want a
sandwich
that only you have touched.
Yeah.
No one's ever eaten a dry roast beef sandwich. It always has some kind of sauce on there.
That's true. That's true. Right? That's true. So this guy says, sadly, you're right. I'm a Catholic male in my 30s, and there are plenty of women reverts in their late 20s and early 30s seeking a husband. They're difficult to date and have unrealistic expectations. Some even go to more extreme elements of Catholicism that alienates them more from modern men. I don't necessarily think that female reverts have a history of promiscuity, please.
The lie detector determined that was
Come on.
Are dealing with the impact of bad choices or have been in situations where there's no incentive for commitment. What they underestimate is that Catholic men tend to want femininity and trust that is often already broken. This guy says there in most churches, unless you feel compelled by the Holy Spirit, do not engage. Don't talk to him anyways. Look at this. I was part of a large singles group at a church for about a year when I was 25. The attendance was about 100, with 2/3 being women. So the ages of the men were pretty evenly distributed between 22 and 32. All the chicks were 30 to 35. Look at that, man. Look at that. 304s, man.
Yeah, they got bored.
304s.
They got bored.
Look at that, man. Hold on, guys. Something else here. 1 second. Guys, hit the like button, hit the super chat button. Appreciate that, guys.
Remember at like around 11:30, you wanted to you said a video saved or something.
Look at this. What is the church teaching about feminism? What even is feminism? So this person is. What is the Catholic Church teach about feminism? Is it good or bad? If the revolution of the 1970s was bad, should some different from a female emancipation should some different form of female emancipation take its place? I hear the word feminist thrown around as if it's a curse word in spite of the protections that it gave women. Please.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
What is Catholic feminism if such a thing exists? Right? This person says even feminists don't agree on a definition. Facts. This guy says feminism at its core is a simple belief that the women they deserve the same freedoms, rights, and respect as men.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
Okay. This person says, I read an article by a nun that was a self-described former radical feminist who made a distinction. She said the terminology that she used was that feminism that recognizes equal dignity between men. And I think that's generally what people who don't get into the weeds think about. She argued that radical feminism, though, is a belief that there's no distinction between men and women. This is probably how modern activists view the word. That's true. It's true. Absolutely insane. What a joke. What an absolute joke. Hold on. There's one more video, guys. Hold on. 1 second.
Sign me up.
This first chick says, so you ignore scripture?
Sometimes you can just look at somebody and know that you have no interest in anything they have to say.
She's getting cooked in these comments.
Good.
Look at that. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Look at this.
Universe in which God... There is no universe in which God delights in bombings or war or violence of any kind between peoples or between nations. In fact, in the 2nd chapter of the book of Isaiah, the prophet writes, God shall judge between the nations and shall arbitrate for many peoples, and those people shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. And nation shall not lift up sword against nation, and neither shall they learn war anymore. God abhors violence.
But if you piss him off, he'll flood the world, or he'll blow up Sodom and Gomorrah. You know what I'm saying? So what are you talking about? Guys, these chicks are cooked.
Happy Pride, friends!
Jesus Christ, guys, come on. Guys, what is going on? What is going on, guys? What is going on?
Today I'd like
Hey guys, he's gonna try and talk his way out of the Bible preaching against dudes blowing each other, all right?
read for you absolutely every word of condemnation against the queer community that Jesus said.
Is he gonna just not say anything? Oh, you're clever. You're clever.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, you're so clever, dude. Oh, wow.
There's nothing.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
And this guy?
Beta male.
I mean, come on. Let's be honest.
I feel like we are like in a strange reality.
Yeah. Lenny says disgusting. He says he's wearing Satan's triangle. Guys, what is going on? Uh-oh. I like this guy.
Yes, I am a man of God.
Please.
The lie detector determined that was a lie. I will be a man of a God to the day I die. I know who went to the cross for me and shed his blood for me. Nobody needs to tell me that.
Hold on. I think God is the guy that that's what he calls the guy who goes back out on Fridays. He knows God. He's a man of God.
Yeah, an S&M God. The leather daddy.
Yeah, guys, what's with these people that are like always talking bad about people that are out there? Like, guys, look, I don't really, I'm not a Christian or any other stuff, but someone that has the principles to actually go to like a pride parade and be preaching like this guy, you gotta admire that. You know what I'm saying? Because like this dude right here, he puts up with a lot of mess, and all he does is he just stands there and preaches. You know what I'm saying? And they're just he's had stuff thrown at him. He's had his microphone busted. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what? He just does his thing.
But he's a true believer where he's at the point like Jesus, take the wheel. So I don't think he really minds it in a way.
Oh, guys, we hit 100 likes, man. Thanks for that, guys. Hold on.
The funny thing is about like these reactions is that if you're doing something and you don't think there's anything wrong with it, like you don't give a damn who's protesting it. You know what I mean? Like you go to an oil rig and you got those anti-oil people. They're all around. The oil riggers aren't like, no, what we're doing is important. You need this oil. They don't give a damn. They know that what they're doing is it matters. It matters more than your dumbass trying to stop them. So they just keep digging for oil. Well, as soon as you tell the gays, hey, you might not be doing the right thing, they're like, how dare you? And then, like, obviously, you don't feel that great about what you're doing either. That time probably right after you bust a nut. I'm sure right after they bust a nut, they're like, God, why do I keep doing this shit?
Yep, that's true. So,
well, they actually kind of say to almost not do that because they call it like casting pearls to swine. So you're trying to bestow what you believe is wisdom onto these, freaks.
Rock and Diesel. Okay, we didn't lose World War II, dude. Like, okay, if you think about the formal declaration of wars, I know that that people are gonna try and say, oh, the Bolsheviks or I don't even know what, but guys, World War II was a declaration of war against Germany and Japan, which treaties were signed, ergo the legal war is over. That was World War II. War is when it is officially declared. That's what a war is. Now, if you want to talk about some other type of happenings that were happening around that time, you could argue, but the war itself was won. Now, the Korean War never ended, guys. There was never an end to the Korean War. We're technically still at war with the other Korea. You know what I'm saying? That's how it works. Now, guys, Bolshevism might have been our enemy, but it was our friend during World War II, right? They were
we won World War II with
technically our allies. I'm talking about the actual legal war where you have to declare war on said party, right? So you can say that maybe things, our disposition of Ryan James, did we not have a peace treaty with Germany and in Japan, right? Was there not an actual declarative statement saying that the war ended, therefore the war is over? There is no if there's operations going on, that doesn't mean the war is still going on because it officially ended. There's an official end of both sides coming together and signing that the war ended. You know what I'm saying? So Rockin' Diesel, yeah, dude. I'm not a fan of Russia because Russia at the time was our ally.
Yeah.
Period. I'm not saying that they were
They
right.
lost a lot of
I'm not
people.
saying that I'm no. I'm just saying that there may have been interests that were against ours or non-World War II. Those were era conflicts, yes, but the World War II war itself is over. You know what I'm saying? It ended. The Korean War never ended. We're technically still at war. You know what I'm saying? So,
and just one thing about because it's on the topic of Christianity.
Yeah.
In like modern Russia, you can pretty much do like whatever religion you want, but they protect Christianity over there. They don't have women pastors and all. They don't have that in Russia.
Orthodox Church. Yeah.
Putin's one of the only people who actually is standing up for Christianity.
Yeah,
for a lot of people.
Hey, better that than China, where they're rounding up the Muslims and the Christians and putting them in camps and deleting them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but yeah. And guys, here's the thing. Guys, look, let's not do the hyperbole, right? Because guys, you can say, look at us now, but guys, look, California teaches the LDHD TV thing or whatever. Guys, I live in the South. None of that's really here, right? Guys, the United States, because the UK is where I think Rockin' Diesel thinks the United States is. But guys, if you actually walk out of your door right now, there's businesses doing things. People are getting up, going to work. You know what I'm saying? Like, things really aren't that bad. I think the reason why we hyperbolize how bad that America is so that we can make sure that it doesn't get that way. We're raising the alarm of where things could go in the next 3 to 5 years if we don't stop it. You know what I'm saying? Or the next 15, 20 years. Because generally, right? Things in the United States are not that bad. They just aren't. Compared to the UK, Sweden, Canada. You know what I'm saying? Wait. Even mass migration. Guys, I used to live in South Texas. Guys, you know me. I want these illegals out of here, right? I do. But guys, once again, if you go to South Texas, you have a lot of the Hispanics. They come here, right? And they might have kids that are the anchor babies or whatever. But within 2 generations, they are Jonathan Martinez, Melissa Rodriguez, right? And by 3rd generation, they're American as apple pie. The UK is different because the majority of their of their migrants come from areas with a lot of sand. They have people coming that are diametrically opposed to their lifestyle. Whereas if you go to El Salvador, you go to friggin' Panama, right? They come here. Oftentimes, they are more willing to assimilate. You know what I'm saying? In general, yes, there's some knuckleheads from El Salvador, but what I'm saying is that, Rockin' Diesel's in Canada. Okay, sorry, dude. Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, you're cooked. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are cooked. You guys are cooked, bro. Yo, sorry, Rockin' Diesel. I misunderstood you. Sorry, man. But yeah, Rockin' Diesel. Yeah, guys, I totally understand where you're coming from, Rockin' Diesel. You guys are cooked. They are letting in millions of people. Guys, there was 2 years. Guys, Canada has 1/10 of our population. They let in more immigrants and migrants than America did. There was 1 year, guys, we let in 1.2 million legal immigrants. They let in 2.1 million one year and 1.7 million the next year. For a country that's 1/10 of our size.
Tiny.
Shred, you were saying? Sorry, buddy. What were you saying?
Yeah, you know what? You kind of almost covered everything I was going to say because I'm actually a Canadian immigrant to America. And I can tell you, I left behind the beginning of what seems like fucking zombie movie. It's so bad over there. I live in the South now too. I feel like I took a time machine back 20 to 25 years.
Yeah.
And it's so good here. I love it here. I have to defend America to Americans on a regular basis.
All the time. Yeah, guys. I love being American, and especially being black, guys. I have white people who honestly think, and Shred, let me know if you deal with this. They think that if they trash America and trash white people, that they're automatically gonna like be my friend. They think that that'll automatically get acceptance from me. You know what I'm saying? Well, you all know, we know how white people are. I'm like, well, what are you talking about? Like, guys, and once again, Snowboard Callin, we all know that everywhere you white guys go, the heavens open up with gold bars.
Pretty awesome.
The sky.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
It's crap.
I've seen it before. They offer the blowies at the airport.
Guys, that does not fly over here. Guys, all of us men, especially, because Shred, did I ever tell you that when I first started this channel, that it was going to be like a black manosphere channel, but then I realized all of us men can equally get got by false accusations in divorce court. All of us, rich, poor, black, white, in your military, all of us men are taking a bite out of the same shit sandwich. You know what I'm saying? All of us are. There's no reason.
But I've heard you mention it before.
Yeah, guys, there's no reason why. Like, Snowboard in Callin's life was not infinitely easier than mine and Shred. Shred's black and he's an immigrant. You know what I'm saying? But he can't be like, and guys, there's nothing worse than these knuckleheads that presuppose that any group has it easier than them. You know, it's the white man. Shred, how old are you again?
I'm 39.
Do you remember that 2012, your brother polite saw netter pro-black era on YouTube?
Oh yeah.
Those dunderheads, dude, where they were, oh man, I'm real. Egyptology. We built the pyramids. We was in outer space. Knuckleheads. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. When they were like, oh, the manosphere is so racist.
Yeah,
they be low-key hating all the brothers.
Yeah. So, but yeah, guys. Guys, you know what? Guys, we haven't had a Canada is cooked stream in a while. I think we had one like 3 or 4 months ago. Guys, we might need to have one here soon. Now that Apple Chad's not gonna get in there. You know what I'm saying? So guys, we'll do this and then we'll look at some 304s, okay? Because we'll go to 304 TikTok. Here we go.
So at the end of April, I am speaking at a women's event in my church, and I am going to be really focusing in on the way that Jesus talked to and interacted with women and how he elevated women. And I've always known and loved all this stuff because I am a church-going feminist.
Right there. Guys, doesn't it just make you sick to your stomach? Right?
Well, she said she's a feminist who happens to go to church. You just said it backwards, basically.
Okay. Guys, why even call herself a Christian? Like, I don't understand it. Just call yourself.
Sorry, go ahead.
Just call yourself like I said, a flippity florp or something. Just make up something new. Keep going, Shred. What are you saying?
I was like, we need to get the name of the church ASAP so we can warn all the brothers that that is not a church to be going to.
So there aren't any. You know, it's all chicks. It's all chicks, and then Pastor Porkchop is in there, freaking blasting up all the chicks, or he's banging the friggin' LDHD TV choir director. I mean, come on, right?
So in awe and appreciative of what an absolutely countercultural, radical Jesus actually was. But another thought hit me today too. The fact that these stories even exist in scripture is really, really amazing because it shows that the attitudes and actions of Jesus towards women were so powerful and so transformative to the people around them that they were recorded and kept and passed down and eventually put into scripture by men.
Who you hate, by the way.
Men who were from a very anti-woman patriarchal system. Men who, by recording these.
Do you guys have a sore spot, like a topic where somebody
posts about it or says something about it, it just like presses a button that just like makes you just not happy inside. For
Hand
me,
tats.
that is when we talk about women in ministry and women and men and comparing them. And I understand that women and men are different. I understand that there biological differences between things men can do and things women can do. I could bodybuild every day and maybe I'd be as strong as my husband, but like I really doubt it. He's just built different. And there are things that I am good at that he is not good at. He could get better at them. Like nurturing our children is something that I'm just better at. I am just more sympathetic, more empathetic to them.
Wait for it.
So I concede that women and men are different, but I am tired of seeing this rhetoric online that women are trying to be men. I'm not trying to be a man, but there are things that I, as a Christian woman, are excluded from. I don't believe that God created men and women and gave everybody gifts and then put limitations on them and said, well, only women can use these gifts and they don't have these gifts. Like, that's not what Scripture says. Scripture says that we were all given gifts. And if you read certain verses out of context, you will get this idea that women can't do X, Y, and Z.
Wait for it.
The specific post that just made my blood boil a little bit today, and I probably, if you're friends with me on Facebook, look like I'm like aiming for a fight, is this post about a lion and that women should be like lionesses who are meek, which is absolutely not true because lionesses do all of the hunting and male lions sleep like 20 to 21 hours.
Yes, because they have to defend all the female lions when either another lion comes or a bigger predator comes. You know what I'm saying? Guys, did they just think that the male lion sits around all day? Because the male lion protects the pride from other larger predators. And the male lion fights off whole packs of hyenas and defends the young. What are you talking about? Absolutely.
Sorry, is anybody else distracted by the fact that this woman, and so many of them, she's filming a car video while she's driving?
Yeah.
Why are you driving? And like,
Yeah.
like, I'm listening to her talk about what her husband's not good at.
Yeah.
You're driving around, possibly about to run over somebody else's kid.
Yeah.
Telling us what your husband's not good at. What is Christian about any of this?
Some people are really fucking stupid.
That's what it is.
And that's guaranteed a Jeep Wrangler she's driving.
Yeah.
We need
100%.
more kind, compassionate, meek, humble, whatever women. Sure, we do. We also need those same qualities in a man. I am all about saying that men and women are biologically different, but I am not for saying that women don't get to have the certain kingdom impact because they have different genitalia than a man does.
Our minds are also different.
Not just that, but the role and the if you believe in Christianity and you believe that women's role in creation is different. That's why the order is the way it is. Guys, whoever her husband is, whoever you are, bro, honestly, dude, wherever you are, come on. Run! Get to the chopper! I hope to God you don't see this, dude, and I hope if you do, you run far, and you run fast. Guys, make sure to hit the like button, guys. Hit the super chat button. Appreciate that. Who was saying something?
It was me. Like, basically up till like 100 years ago or so, for the past few hundred years, men did have to actually hunt and farm and do all this stuff, or else your genes didn't really get passed on.
Sure.
So but I'm saying that those activities build your brain, your mindset, your philosophy more than a woman. So you can't just get like 30 years and change all that programming. We've been programmed that way for survival. So we our minds are different. It's not just strength. Our minds are wired differently.
Well, all I can say is, I think that they should desegregate all sports. I think that they should draft everyone. You know what I'm saying? And guys, we should just give these chicks what they want.
They want, yeah.
Because guys, us men will be just fine. You know what I'm saying? We'll just stay home, guys. There's a Chevelle that needs your TLC. Old Chevelle. There's some freaking Gundam model kits that you can put together.
Woodworking.
You know what I'm saying? You can learn freaking Mandarin. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? You could do some woodworking. We'll be just fine. And it's so funny because all these chicks, they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna do like a Golden Girls style situation. Can you imagine, guys, if like you got old and you have like 3 or 4 of your buddies when you're like 55 or 60, like living like a big house? Think about all the stuff you guys would do, like hang out and like you guys will restore old cars, like build whole freaking civilizations. You know what I'm saying? Go fishing. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, guys, let's guys, oops, we have 100 likes, so we know where we need to go now.
Y'all want to ask me what I'm doing? I'm outside hoeing. I work at hoeing. Y'all want to know what company I work at? I work at hoeing. That's the company I work at, hoeing.
Hey, Shred, she's all yours, buddy.
Hey, AJ, real quick. You asked us to remind you about a half hour beforehand. You got a real good one for a 5.
Yeah.
Don't
we'll
forget
first, and then we'll do it.
The girls
All right,
that
cool,
scream I would never sew coochie. Do y'all ever notice that the girls that scream I would never sew coochie be the biggest hoes? They always be the bitches fucking for free that always have a UTI or a yeast infection or get burnt twice a year that be screaming, I would never sell coochie. Like, girl, you should be selling it with all that coochie that you give up for free. Like, you'd rather fuck everybody for free and raw and keep a UTI and keep a yeast infection.
I mean, she does have a point.
Yeah, she has a really good point.
You know what I'm saying? Like, guys, that's what Top G said to Bonnie Blue. It's like Bonnie Blue's freaking body count's 1,000. She said there are whores out there who have 1,000 body count who aren't millionaires off of it. You know what I'm saying?
Talking about whores, people.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I mean, it makes sense.
No, it's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
And keep getting burnt instead of selling it and protecting yourself. And I am not saying, okay, listen, I am not saying that you cannot get all of that working, but you have a way higher chance of fucking people raw and getting everything I just named off than you would protecting yourself and getting that from working. And me personally, I've had no problems. So only time I
the lie detector
was
a lie.
got UTIs and stuff like that is when I wasn't working and was doing exactly what these bitches be doing, fucking everybody for free. This shit just don't make sense. Like, y'all be so judgmental, but want to fuck the whole county for free and raw and be broke.
I mean, guys, did she tell you lies?
Yeah, no, she's the most honest one we've heard of.
You know?
Yeah.
Well, so here's the thing, though. I got to counter to what she's saying because logically, everything she said makes sense. But the fact is that we got all kinds of test subjects out here. There's old hoes running around. So like these chicks that are giving up for free, they're smashing the guys they want to smash. So in the end, they all end up with like mental illness from living this life. But I feel like if you know an old professional, they're extra messed up mentally.
Oh, here we go. Jesus Christ. Look.
Big nose.
The snowboard dog. Here you go, Playboy.
Yeah.
We're on part 3. So
I can save
let's
her.
get into it. You're probably like, oh my God, this is my 3rd video. Where are the tricks at? And that's another thing. We don't call them tricks to their face, bro. They're clients. And you're a provider. They're clients. You're a provider. Technically we say 304. That's what the internet says these days, but you're a provider. They're clients. Not tricks. Not to their face. That's like being like, yeah, I got the junkie over there. Like, no, don't call it a junkie. Depending on if you have a website or not, or if you're texting them, regardless, it shouldn't be too much correspondence back and forth. Most of y'all, since it's not high end, if you're just starting, you're going to be more so the low end, and there's nothing wrong with that. Just don't do nothing too
You could be the Walmart of For JJ, right?
Because if you messing up the game, you messing up for yourself too. So when you start, you're gonna have like a phone number or email to get in contact with these people. Ideally, they're gonna say, "Hey, my name is John. I want to book 2 hours with you at your hotel, or this is my address." It probably won't go down like that. It'll be like, "Hey, we free?" Like you know what I mean? Try to avoid all that back and forth correspondence because you're going to be talking to a lot of different people. You really don't have time to be texting, and most of them, probably like 95% of them, is going to be time wasters. So if you're trying to get like quick money, this is not the game for you to get quick money at all. The girls that try to come in here and get this quick money end up messing up the game because they come in trying to get quick money and just do any and everything. What a low! Now, while you're corresponding with this potential client, you're looking for red flags or anything weird. If he asks about specific services, just go ahead and block him. He might be the police or he might be a fantasy booker. A fantasy booker is the type of dude that gets excited. He gets a thrill, if you know what I mean. He gets a thrill from the thought of planning to book you. So he's like, yeah, we're going to do 2 hours. What are we going to do? What do you like to do? Time waster. Also, if you set your prices at certain...
Look at this rock.
Streets. I'm a bitch from the streets. I get the money. I get that money. Bitch, give me what you got.
Rates, you don't get the bad clients for the most part. You could still get a bad client, but think about it. Like if you have lower rates, you're more likely to get the trashy clients. But don't try to be like, oh, I'm just going to use higher rates. Okay, well, if you use higher rates, more than likely you already have your own type of clientele built up. You already have a good source of income coming in.
Isn't it crazy that she would have put this much work into actually doing something legit? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Can't stand when younger chicks hit me up.
Oh, we already saw her.
Oh, if y'all know this is for the squares, 9 to 5, blue collar guys. 304 is not gonna take it offensive if y'all call us a hoe. Like, oh yeah, you're just a hoe. That's what I am, some hoeing. Like, what are you talking about? Like, that's what I am. That's what I'm doing.
We've seen her before.
Literally.
Yeah.
Bitch.
Uh-oh. We'll do one more, guys, and then we'll
Are you down to say?
Ugh. It was sad is, guys, back in the day, only like average and big girls were 304s. Now you actually see some not here, but we have seen some decent looking chicks that are 304s.
Right back 304.
Not her.
Outside on E4. Y'all eat breakfast with me. It's
Mop-headed hoe.
10:34 in the morning. I got some
She has Vienna sausages and a Capri Sun.
Oh my God.
So this is when you drop out of school in the 3rd grade.
Oh man.
Oh no.
Oh man. Talking about whores, people. They're everywhere.
It's in a Capri Sun. You feel me?
Jesus.
I didn't have time to get breakfast this morning. Well, I did, but actually,
She looks like she's high on something too, right?
irritating the fact I didn't eat, and I'm like, what the fuck? But anyway, so I'm pouring out the juice.
Oh,
That's really good.
What's happening?
Yeah, I rebuke eating on the blade. I hate eating on the blade, but I'm gonna stand right towards the wall, right, and eat that shit real quick. You feel me? Like,
It seems like early in the morning too.
You said it's like 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
for real, I miss my sauce. Like, these are so good though. Like, these always been my childhood snack. Hey, you want one? No? You want
He's like, even the garbage man, the homeless guy was like, nah, dog, I'm cool.
No. I don't care how hard life get. I'm never eating the last Vienna sausage. Like, what? I'm always leave about 1 or 2. And it's like 10:37.
That 304 always.
I eat 4. Looking at ass. Bounce. Yeah. It's only 10 o'clock in the morning. It's a Sunday. And I only made like 180 my first car date. I need about 5 more car dates real quick so I can get the fuck out of Oakland. Somebody help me. If that's your hoe, you need to help her. They're probably like, what's this girl doing?
She should go to a church at 10:30 on Sunday to get some clients.
How cooked are these broads?
This is bad. This is real bad.
It's funny. You go back to videos. That white chick would say, "This chick is better off because she's making money." Look at what she ended up doing in the end. She's eating Vienna sausages, facing a wall, and drinking a Capri Sun.
But my favorite one to this day. You guys remember?
I love selling this twat.
I have that one saved, but I can't find it. So, all right, guys, let's guys, anything else to say about this feminism in the church? You know?
It's for money.
Yeah. Honestly, that's all it is. These pastors, they make money, and they know that these theophors are so dumb that they'll actually see. It's just throwing all the accountability out of doctrine, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because guys, if there's anyone who says it's about a relationship, it's about a personal relation, I don't believe in organized religion. Guys, they're throwing out all of the
discipline of it,
all the commandments, everything that holds you accountable, right? Because here's the thing: if there is a relationship, right, you got to know the terms. If Snowboard and I go into business, we're gonna jot down what the rules are, right? Even with your friends, guys, you have unspoken rules.
Yeah.
If you're gonna be a Christian, there's written down rules on how to act. But these girls think it's all about what I think that Jesus says. Because he's intergalactic Santa Claus. Clown world. Guys, so put a 1 in the chat. You guys agree that the final resting place for all these 304s is the church?
Yeah. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because, guys,
they took one of the last places that still held women accountable and destroyed any accountability there,
look at
too.
this, Rod. On Lila Rose's podcast.
So this guy reaches out to me on Instagram.
Disgusting. Disgusting. Look at this. Disgusting.
And she makes her face up in the exact same way as the currently working 304s.
Yeah.
This is just wild.
And she raised the prices on her on her OF. And guys, she's selling courses on how to be a Christian. Absolutely.
Are the first 3 chapters on getting railed for 10 years straight?
Look at this. And guys, here's the thing. I don't know how she was so popular on OF anyways. She's just below mid. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand it. So, all right, guys, let's switch gears here. And guys, thanks for being here. Guys, we'll probably do a daytime live Monday or Tuesday. I'll let you guys know in the Discord first. Let's see. Here we are.
That's the sound of the police.
And guys, thanks for being here, guys. Hit the like button, hit the super chat button. Appreciate that. And guys, thanks to all you guys that hit up the Cash App, man. I appreciate that too, guys. Let's do this. Copy. Nala Ray, please.
Stop!
What began as a 911 call about a suspicious woman wandering around a parking lot, asking people for a ride, or trying to steal their keys, quickly took a dramatic turn when an officer responded, and the suspect stole his police car.
How stupid can you be? How stupid can you be? Guys, she jumped in the cop car. Hillsong, yeah. He's just any minister who says that feminism has a place in the church does not know or hasn't read the scriptures. Yeah, that's true. They're just out to make money, man.
Address. Some lady just tried to take my keys. I do not know the address.
Some lady tried to take your keys?
Yeah, and she walked up asking me for if I could get her out of this place, and then she tried, when she's sitting there staring at me, she then, when I went to go close my door, she went in to come get my keys, and then she tried to open my door again after I locked it.
When did this happen? About how many minutes
Just,
ago?
just now. She's walking around the parking lot right now. And I'm pretty sure she knows that I'm calling you.
I'll go right to the back.
Hey, AJ.
Yeah.
No.
Yes, sir.
Sorry to interrupt you. I just recently saw this one. I'm not gonna spoil it, but just anybody watching, if you're eating right now, put your food down. This is a bad one, man.
What state is this in, guys? Hold on.
Calling you.
I don't know.
No.
What an idiot! I can't see it. Look at this!
Stop!
Dumbass.
You get so fast, she just got in my car, took off.
How stupid can you be?
40 past the substation.
Oh, she just got in with the sheriff. She just got inside the sheriff's car. She is, oh my God. He's out. She's in. She took his car. Took his car.
Nope. No one had any idea that her actions would lead to such severe consequences.
Damn!
Oh,
Whoa!
Oh,
Look
man.
at that!
We got another vehicle over here. You guys okay?
Good job, Officer Dingleberry.
Westbound on 40. She has lights and sirens on, running opposite sides.
She's on the wrong side of the road! So, tough day, officer?
Were you the one who called?
Look at this broad right here. Look at this.
Yes. Do you want me to stay on the line? I'm with the sheriff right now.
You have your ID.
It's in the car. I'm still like really shaking. Did you know her? No, she tried to take my keys.
We know her.
Oh, she tried to reach in and grab the keys from my vehicle. At first, she asked me for a ride, said she needed to get out of this place. She's extremely signal 12.
Found her heading into the woods, or heading into the forest. 26 eastbound on Highway 40.
Dude, she is flying. Look at that.
Leave it 26 south, 46. 10-4.
6531 Marion. Speeds are about 110.
110, and she's so she's doing 110. So she has to be doing like 130, 140
Eastbound on 40.
10-4, speeds 120.
on this road.
She's still extremely signal 12. Are you okay? I'm a little shaken. I've never had that happen to me before, so I'm a little shaky.
She thought she was trying to take her snacks out of them.
Look at how fat this lady is that did a better job of defending her vehicle than the cop.
Yep.
Okay. No, I got a drink.
That is insane. I was watching her when we got out, and she's banging on people's cars.
Well, I went to the Dollar Tree and she just tried to take my vehicle.
Yeah, we was going to go in the Dollar Tree, and I was like, wait a minute, Scott, let's just stay in here for just a minute. Let me watch what she's doing.
Excuse me, all stations, I need help. This is a big route.
6531 Marion. I believe that's going to be her coming across the radio. She just passed the Hackensack going eastbound. Her speeds are well over 100. I'm trying to keep up. I'm just keeping eyes on the lights. These are still 105. We're still going eastbound. Oh my God, she's still going? Speed 105, still eastbound.
What's a good phone number for you?
352.
Speeds are still 115.
And we're speeds 115.
Marion, she just turned around. She's now going westbound.
Yeah, 479 westbound. Excuse me, I need the real police.
Let's switch back to tag 2 so she can't queue.
10-4. All units on the signal 13 switch to tag.
Is she talking on the radio too? Look at that! Look at that!
Marion tag 2.
The woman was identified as 33-year-old Kendra, who had previously been charged with 13 felonies and had been released from prison just a few days earlier. Moreover, her mocking of the police over the radio only fueled the responding officer's rage.
5812, how much fuel?
Probably around 3/4 of a tank. I filled it up this morning.
Yeah, that's where you work now, man. You stay at the desk.
How fast she's going.
Idiots, bro. Right here. Right here. Right here.
Well, I know that. I'm just double checking if I get the opportunity to do so. Is it 10-4? We're still westbound on 40. You just passed Forest Road 33.
10-4, 23,900 blocks still westbound.
I wonder if somebody died. That accident looked really bad.
I wonder why they stopped making cop cars. I mean, Crown Victorias as cop cars. Like you would think that they would just keep making Crown Vics just so cops can use them as cop cars. You know what I'm saying? Because Crown Vics are great cars. They always have been. Because if you want a cheap point A to point B car, get a Crown Vic or like a Mercury a Grand Marquis or a Lincoln Town car. You know what I'm saying? Those things will last you forever. 300, 400, 500,000 miles. Take your time, dude.
She's going to be the first car. I'm the second car. The lights are on. 10-4. I'm going to lay off a little bit. Speeds are still about 90, 95.
Man, if I was playing GTA right now, I wouldn't remember. I wouldn't remember which button to press to get the lights on.
She should take her out right here.
She is going eastbound.
She should smash it into her right there.
Speeds are up to 105. We're still
105, Dad.
Reference that if you do have a safe opportunity,
how she can have a safe opportunity at 105?
Hey, if this was Arkansas, they do it right, guys. Yo, guys, put a 1. If you see an Arkansas cops, do not mess around. They will pitch you doing 100. Guys, what's the name of the officer that's famous on the internet for his pit maneuvers? Guys, someone put in the chat, right? There's a specific guy that's known for pitting people in Arkansas.
There's also top 23. I'm having a switch.
Is this the bad guy car?
Yes, I believe it is. Yes.
Probably 3 or 4 out. So the ranges are hot right.
You guys remember Need for Speed Hot Pursuit?
Yeah.
Remember how much fun that game was when you're running from the cops? Dude, that was so much fun.
Those are all great games.
At one point, the female officer lost visual of the suspect And then she noticed thick black smoke in the distance, which was a nightmare awaiting.
There was a video of this guy, this cop. It was his first day, and they were doing a pursuit, and he was coming the opposite way, and the guy, the suspect, like smashed into a truck and bashed right into the cop on his first day, and they had to pry the cop out with the jaws alive. He was totally fine. He's like, "Dude, are you all right?" Yeah, I'm fine. His first day. Yeah. Damon says Arkansas doesn't play. They will pitch you at 100.
Here, one, we got approval one.
Uh-oh.
Just a couple minutes now. Give it a hard thought.
Signal 4, signal 4, signal 4.
Signal 4 station 1033.
Jesus, look at that.
Damn. Right here, you're good.
Holy moly.
Stay away from the car, stay away from the car.
Back up, back up, back up, back up. Back up, back up.
Can any of these cops run?
We got another vehicle. We got another vehicle over here. You guys okay? Hello? Hello? You guys okay? I'm not getting a response from them.
So guys, you know how this place is like Saudi Arabia, where these knuckleheads can't drive. It's starting to look like a good idea, right? Right, guys?
Right? Yeah.
Seriously.
I don't know where she's at. There's somebody in that driver's side.
She's right there. She's right here. She's right here. Get them, get them, get them.
Soon, a fire broke out from the damaged engine, possibly due to a fuel leak. Acting quickly, the officers used as many fire extinguishers as they could to put it out.
You're not gonna be able to open that, dude.
Hey, Morris, get my fire extinguisher.
Who are you, Bruce Willis on friggin' Invincible? Come on, dude. What are you talking
Fire
about?
extinguisher. Fire extinguisher. Get it over here. Get it over here.
I'm getting it. Go. Where's yours? Let me grab yours.
Of course, the ponytail patrol is taking forever.
Oh
Guys,
my gosh, right?
Callin, what do we always say about the ponytail patrol?
Useless AF.
Yep. One-legged man in an ass-kicking contest. Right, guys?
It's really hot right here. Really hot.
Hey, by the way, if you missed it, this is in Florida.
Ohio, Florida.
Mine's unlocked. It's unlocked. It's unlocked. It should be on the right.
Damn.
Got 3 occupants unresponsive in interview.
The crash killed Kendra and the male and female front seat occupants of the pickup truck, both of whom were over the age of 70. The third occupant seated in the back survived, but was in critical condition.
Do we have any contact talking? At least 3 occupants. Sheriff's office, everyone okay?
Talking to 2 dead people.
Sad, isn't it, guys?
He's calling 911 for you. I'll be sent to that location. Can anyone hear me?
Oh, imagine what he's seeing right now.
Yeah. I knew a guy. He was a paramedic. Yeah, so he actually called into the show. He was a Marine. He was one of the first like interviews I did. So if you guys go way back to the beginning of the channel, he was saying that he was packing up his stuff after all the ambulances left. They were the last ambulance to leave, and he's like, "Oh, I must have dropped like the top to some a white plastic something." He reached down. It was an eyeball sitting on the friggin' side of the road. Oh. He thought he thought it was a piece of equipment, and then he was like, "Oh, I gotta," because the accident was that bad, insane.
I need one fire extinguisher over here. Fire extinguisher! Fire extinguisher! Let's make sure they're good.
Yeah, I'm trying to make sure that this doesn't start a fire because it's leaking oil.
Okay.
There's a flame coming through that firewall, but
She should get on this one. Where's she at? If she's right there. I don't know if you can get through that hole. All right. We got the roadblock. Medics are on the way.
is there fire in there right now?
Unresponsive.
Yeah. I can't get to the one on the right though.
Okay.
Little ways.
They're gonna have to chop it out.
According to reports, Kendra had 3 children and was not doing well mentally as per her family. She had even left a note the night before the incident for the couple who had housed her. Although her family maintained that she was a kind and loving person, her attempt to steal cars
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
in the parking lot didn't help uphold that image.
Make sure she's
I need a minute.
You okay?
I need a minute.
Okay. Sit down if you need to. Sit down if you need to. You're not hurt, are you?
No.
Okay. Three in the car, Sarge. She's signal 7.
How is Woody? Is he okay?
I believe Woody's fine.
This is how the Pony Patrol always reacts. Like, they can't
Yeah,
handle this.
look at that. She all tired. She didn't even do anything. You know what I'm saying? Insane.
Hey, don't beat yourself up.
No, it's pissed off at her because now she just fucking caused 3 people to fucking die because she wanted that they could fucking patrol car.
Yeah, you couldn't stop her though. So.
Oh.
You can't control anybody else's actions.
No. I seen,
That's
and
what
she was
we
going
need.
around the
Cops that get
semi, and I
emotional.
knew, but I thought it was just gonna be.
Say again?
That's what we need. Cops that get super emotional when it's like high stress
Well,
situations.
Shred, did you see the female cop who had a gun taken by the guy? She's like, "Oh my God, don't shoot me!" Do you see that?
Yeah,
What a joke!
Be hurt. I'm like, all right, that's fine. It's just her. No, don't know if you're still recording, but fuck her, you know. And then when I seen the truck, I'm like, are you fucking shitting me, bro?
Okay.
When was the last time that she took a PT test? What a joke.
The injured passenger was identified as 74-year-old Russell, the driver's brother. He had suffered numerous bone fractures, spinal trauma, as well as injuries to his head. He later went into a coma and had to be put on breathing support, with the possibility of an ankle amputation.
I already used up my extinguisher.
Hey, hold on. Hold that one. There's something. Yeah, that's fine. I can't get that in there. It's probably burning. Hey, knife, I got you 2 right here. Thanks.
I just feel so confused to sit here saying that.
Because you are! You are useless! You absolute thunderhead. What is going on? What is going on? What a...
You stupid woman!
No, you good. Sit down, sit down.
If a female firefighter jumps out of this, I'm turning this shit off. I'm dead ass. I'm dead ass. I'm dead ass serious. You know what I'm saying?
Are they all signal 7?
I want to check this one real quick. If we can break one of them free. But believe to me.
This is so wrong.
Are you on?
Yeah. I guess Woody left his car open and they're dealing with this crazy lady and she stole his car.
They call her.
What you did, Woody.
I told him I had 3 occupants.
Good person or not, Kendra's act of stealing a police vehicle, driving at 100 miles an hour and ultimately causing the deaths of not just herself, but also 2 innocent people, was one of the most reckless acts imaginable. But again, Kendra's criminal record shows she had no intention of ever abiding by the law or consistently taking medication to manage her illness, which resulted in her erratic behavior. YouTube thinks you'll love the video on screen.
So another guy.
And I'm just trying to tell you that I have mental health issues. I'm extremely distraught. I feel like my whole life is ending.
Hold on, guys. We'll do, guys. So here you go.
Hey AJ, just real quick, just so everybody knows, the guy who quote unquote survived, actually no, he didn't. He died 2 weeks after he was in the hospital.
Oh,
dang, that sucks, man. Did the cop get penalized? Do you know?
I don't know. I don't know.
Guys, any of these 90s Buicks are tanks. Guys, you see them all the time on Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, Car Gurus. Guys, it's usually some old person, like their son or grandson trying to sell it for like $5,000. Guys, if you can get a Buick Park Avenue. What's the other one? There's a Park Avenue Callin. What was the other one they had? There's a Park Avenue, and then there was the other one that was Century. There it is. Or the LeSabre. That was it.
LeSabre, I remember, yeah.
There it is. There you go, dude. Right here. Guys, these things are tanks. Tanks. These things will go 300,000-400,000 miles easy, man. Or
super comfortable too.
Damn, I can't spell that. Here you go. Any of these guys, tanks.
Yeah,
tanks, man. Yeah. No one will mess with it. Everyone's gonna drive the speed limit because they're gonna think you're a cop car. or here you go. Get an Avalon. Get an old Avalon. You can find these for dirt cheap too, man. You know, and the newer ones, like a 2000, 2005. Yeah, these are cool too, man. They're ugly, but you know, probably an old person is driving it, right? They had a lot of get up and go, and they're tanks, man. You know, guys, cars, point A to point B, man. You know,
yeah.
Anything past that, you're just throwing money away. So, but all right, you guys, shut this bad boy down, guys. Tuesday, we'll be talking about credit, money, all that other stuff. So, guys, let me know if you want to be on the panel. Callin, looking at you, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah,
I'll be there.
Next Sunday is divorce, guys. So all you divorce guys, come on up and tell your story. But all right, guys, appreciate you. Bye, guys.
All right, thanks, guys.